What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Lucas Live. My name is Lucas Tyndale. It is Monday, June 6th. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I have two great guests in the building today. Can't wait for you to meet them if you don't know them, or for you to be reintroduced if you do know them. I have the one and only Mr. Dr. Jerome West, who is in the building, who is going to talk to us about how he went from a 1.6 high school GPA. Yes, he graduated. I don't know. They was like, good luck, brother. Go ahead on into the world, to having now 7 college degrees. He is truly a doctor, okay? I asked him when he walked in. I was like, listen, I'm not going to let you come into this studio confusing these people. I'm not going to be out here making apologies because I let somebody on called a doctor that ain't a doctor, all right? Now, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant did reach out to the show. I told her no. I was like, I'm not going to play these games, okay? So she's not coming on. But I got Dr. West in the building. I'm excited to talk to him, as well as hear about his weight loss journey. If you guys follow him and know what a journey it's been to see him and the success he's had and the diligence and the work that has gone into that, there's a saying, how you do some things is how you do everything, or it goes something like that. So the discipline I'm sure it took to get the education that he's received, probably it took that level of discipline or more to go on the weight loss journey, and not just a journey, but to have success in it. So we will hear from him today here in just a few minutes. And we have Miss Ashanti Monroe. I think they call her Shanti. I don't know, but I always think about what I call people, and then I'll be like, what do their friends call them? Because I'm her friend, Shani. I thought so. I work with people, so we work with people in professional environments. You call them by their government name and such, and then you're like, wait a minute, they're Shani. We're going to talk to her today. She has been doing some great work around men's mental health, suicide prevention, and many other things. Funny story. She's laughing. Everybody knows, like, I'm not afraid to ask odd questions, let's say. But I typically ask like more personal questions off camera to make sure it's okay on camera. And you guys know, you wouldn't tune into this to be like, oh, it's, Jerry Springer or Howard Stern or something. You guys know that's not me. So I never want people to be in a bad spot. I never want people to feel like I'm trying to make clickbait. I'm just genuinely interested in people, right? So I'm going to find this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys all share this broadcast. I'm going to go to Lucas Live Media, and then I'm going to share it to my Lucas Tyndale page here on Facebook. But I asked her if she's single, because I've known her for many years. We've talked about this journey. If you guys know me, you know I'm like everybody's life, business, and relationship coach. I've been like that since I was like 12. So I'm always fascinated. I ask people, and especially when you know good people, right? Guys and girls who I know who are like great people. I'm always like, are you single? And I'm always talking to them about navigating these things, because a lot of really good people are still single because they know their worth. And so they're really good, and they're like, it's just not worth it, or I'm not willing to lower my standards, or whatever it is, right? And she said she is, and she said she stopped dating or something. She's gonna tell us for like 5 years. Something went on for 5 or 6 years. It was a long time, okay? I was like, I don't know, what are you talking about? This is craziness, right? But we're gonna have her share some of her personal business on the show just because I'm nosy. No, I'm not nosy, I'm curious, okay? I really am genuinely curious about people and their journey. And one of the things that I do want us to start talking about on this show more are relationships. I'm going to bring some people on, people who are single, dating, married, maybe some panels of people. I don't know. I want to have some real conversation. Maybe some people who just started dating, who like, yeah, we're going to come over here, we're willing to talk about it. I'm like, what's it like? How's it going? They're like, I don't know yet. Bring them back in a week. See how they're doing or something. We'll figure it out. As well as some married couples as well. I know a couple, I think of Sean and Shahidra Strong. If you guys are listening, certainly would love to have you guys on here as a couple. Love you guys. And there's many others. Jake and his wife. And I don't know if his wife would want to come on. Just he's the outgoing, silly guy, clowning and motivating. And he's like, she tolerates me and she loves me. So I don't know. But those are some people I think of. If you think of some people, you guys let me know. I'd love to have more of those conversations around relationships. I think that's such a fascinating topic. So we're going to talk about it today. Quick clip here. We're going to run. I want to shout out my sponsors. You got to shout out your sponsors. We have a few new sponsors that are coming on this week. You will see them showing up here soon. I want to thank all my sponsors and advertisers. In order to do something like this, a podcast, first of all, one thing I'm going to be doing soon is helping people start podcasts. Like, one, just education on it. There'll be different levels. Maybe you just want the ebook. What on the game? How do you do it? What do you need? Where do you start? Right? Then there's people who want to go to a different level, who need just, what do I buy? How do I set it up myself? I'll help them with that. Or people who need studio time or more. I want to help more people do that because the impact it's had on my business is tremendous. Now, it is a longer road in that it's not like you pop up a podcast and everybody listens or watches, right? It's like your family and friends will watch the first one. And then after that, they'll be like, man, I missed it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see what I can do when I can do what I can see, right? And they may or may not, right? So you got to build it bigger than that. And you don't want to pressure everybody. Every time you at the cookout, you like, yo, why aren't you watching my podcast? Turn off whatever you watch and turn it on now. So you don't have to be like that. But how do you grow it? And how do you grow it to a place where you can get advertisers so that you can make it make sense? Because there is cost, whether it's hiring somebody like me or whether it's just investing in your own stuff or whatever it is, there's cost to it. So it's like, how do I mitigate some of these costs to be able to have the time to sit down and even do a podcast? I want to help people learn how to do that and build some relationships and just figure it out. People want to see your consistency though. You're not going to come on your first episode and people are going to advertise because you're cute. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be like, what have you done? What are your numbers? What's up? So you're going to have to build some traction, get some motion going and take it from there. What's up, my man? Ace Epps, what's up? What's going on, my man? Listen, we about to have a show where he come on. Ace said, would love to come on with my queen. Listen. Ace, I'm messaging you right after the show. If y'all don't know Ace Epps, AKA the mayor of Blackburn, my man Ace Epps is the man. This guy is deep, he is knowledgeable, and he's transparent. So having him on to talk about relationships is going to be excellent because he's open. He's just honest. He's just genuine. He just talks about his life, his journey, his feelings, his stuff, and can't wait to do it. Ace, we might have to book a special date that I don't even have open. We're going to work it out. We're going to make this happen. Shout out to you. Would love to have you. He's also a podcaster. He knows the game. He knows how these things go. Shout out to you. Shout out to Sarda. For continuing to support this community and do all that they do to make sure we get where we need to go. A lot of people during this heat wave, they were giving people free rides to cooling centers. And I know a lot of times people are just on the bus to stay warm or stay cold or stay cool, and they provide that service. I don't think they chase you off like, you had to transfer 2 stops back, people get on a ride to stay cool and to have some community. So shout out to Sart and all that they do. Shout out to Jessica Danielle Nails. If you guys don't know about Jessica Danielle, you guys need to follow her on all social medias. Even if you're a guy, you don't get not the guy shouldn't get your manicures, your pedicures, get your stuff together. I remember hearing Michael Jordan was getting manicures. I was like, what, Michael Jordan? And I was like, okay, well, I don't have to be walking around with my hands and feet busted either. Now, I don't go that often, but I've been a time or two. Okay, so men should go too. Ladies should go. Men and women should go together. Check out Jessica Danielle Nails at the Nail Bar, as well as NC Nail Lounge now in North Canton, Ohio. Shout out to her. Linda Reibenstein, the Linda Reibenstein team. If you guys are looking for a realtor with a lot of experience, somebody who's been doing it a long time, who can help you navigate all the things that are going on in real estate today, check out my friend, Linda Reibenstein. Please check her out. Consider talking to her for your real estate needs. And shout out to Ace Carpet Cleaning, ladies and gentlemen, a part of the Jenny Can Cleaning family. Ace Carpet Cleaning can come get your carpets together. Sometimes we're wanting to, my wife and I, we're going to get our floors done in our house, but we have some carpeted areas. And prior to doing that, we didn't have the budget to do the whole floors and all that we wanted to do. We had Ace Carpet Cleaner come out, freshen it up. It was like, we could live like this for another minute. It's wonderful, right? So check out Ace Carpet Cleaning, ladies and gentlemen. We also have some other advertising spots available. As I mentioned, I also have an idea of something I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in some referral affiliate partners. Okay. So there are some things that I want to introduce you guys to that instead of the company paying me, this is another podcast secret. Instead of the company paying me, there's affiliate programs. I mean, you could set up a whole Amazon store. There's so many things that have affiliate programs, the softwares that I use, so many other things. And if you were to buy those things, then I get some kickback. Well, making money is about business modeling, right? It's like, you can make it this way or that way. Somebody can pay you up front and say, it's worth it for me to put my advertising against your content. That's what the Super Bowl is. That's what every show you're watching on TV has commercials. You watching reruns of Golden Girls and it's some commercials about some Icy Hot or something, because they're like, the people watching this probably their back hurt, right? They old enough to remember the Golden Girls, and they are now the Golden Girls, and so they need some Icy Hot. And so Icy Hot runs its commercials against that content, believing that that's their audience. So likewise, though, there's opportunities for affiliate programs, and I want to show you guys some of those, and I'm going to bring some things that I think would be beneficial to you. And in turn, I would get a kickback if you guys were to purchase those things. That is another way. So I want to start talking about this journey of podcasting so that people can understand it is absolutely possible for you. The impact it has had on my business since I started back doing Lucas Live in the last 2.5 to 3 months, I've had the biggest months in my business in a long time. because it reminds people of who I am, what I can do, the services I can provide. And if it reminded you right now, reach out to me if there's something I can do to help you or your business. Ladies and gentlemen, one more thing I want to shout out before we bring our guests on is African American Festival. I can't forget the African American Festival is this week. I cannot wait. We are going to have guests from the African American Festival Committee on this Wednesday. And I want you guys to come down. I will be here. I'll be in my studio. If you're friends enough with me, I might let you come up and hang out with me. You know, as well. I'll be here all day. African American Festival. Here's the breakdown of time and what's going to be going on. Vendor Village opens at 12:45 in Richmond Drumline. Also, we'll be performing the gospel kickoff. Churches, tell your people. We gotta collectively say, let's come together collectively. And there's nothing more beautiful than the believers coming together, not just the same ones in the same pockets of people, but come together for the gospel kickoff. You guys can see all the other things going on. DJ Swinny Swin is going to be down here in the afternoon. Sister Souls line dances will be down here. Akron's Real Deal, the emperors of old school R&B will be here. I think they might be using my studio to change. They got 2 minutes and 32 seconds. They better be like Beyonce. They better do it fast. No, they'll be coming up, but we're excited to be in support of the African American Festival and all the wonderful people who've been on the committee. Thomas West, Betty Smith, Mr. Reasonover. I know there's so many, Chandra, so many people. I can't even name them all. Adriana is my connect down there who's been working with that committee. They've been doing so many things. I know I left some names out, but shout out to all of them who are bringing this great event to our community. One last thing. Where did I put that? Listen, is that the one? Where'd it go? Darren Peterson. I don't know if y'all saw Darren Peterson, our Canton guy this weekend. Shout out to Darren Peterson. This weekend, he was his first game in summer league for the Utah Jazz, and my man had 29 points and 5 rebounds and 2 assists. I think I'm saying that right. He went off in an overtime win for the Jazz. He's here. He's here. He plays again today, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys make sure you check that out. He plays again today. I believe it's 3 p.m. You got to be able to do some math on mountain time. All right. He's in the mountains. Okay. So that's the Pacific time is 3 hours away. So mountain time is 2 hours difference. I believe he plays 5 p.m. mountain time. So 3 p.m. our time. Amazon Prime. I believe you can catch it on Amazon Prime today. Make sure we go check out our home guy. Our hometown guy, Darren Peterson, out there killing it. Shout out to him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to it. I want to bring on our first guest. I'm excited to have him here in the building. He's somebody who I've known for years, but I've been watching him. Like I know him. We know each other. We see each other. We support each other. But I haven't got a chance to really sit down and really understand his story. And I'm really excited that he accepted my invitation to come on the show. I'm really, really excited to talk to him. Hello, everybody in the chat. Sorry, I didn't say hello to some more of you. Evangelist Lisa Allen. Hello. Good morning. How do I advertise my hair show? Did you reach out to me already? I hope I didn't miss getting back to you. Let's talk. Great idea. Great point. You got a hair show. I got a community of people who could come to the hair show. Let's talk about it. Mandy Hannon Williams, we supposed to connect. And I was looking for you at First Friday and you was hiding from me. That's all I know. That's what I know. Hollis Alexander, what's up, my man? Wendy, good morning. They got yoga going on right here in Centennial Plaza this morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to do yoga, I see it's a guy out there too. Go ahead, brother. It's a brother out there doing yoga. Go ahead, my man. Okay, wait, is he looking at the girls? Wait, what is he doing? Let me see. They are out there doing yoga. I can see him though. He out there stretching. He out there doing it. Yoga live in Centennial Plaza, ladies and gentlemen. So many things going on in Centennial Plaza. African American Festival will be out here in Centennial Plaza. The R&B Festival, July 18th, the next weekend. Brownstone, Robert Johnson. I mean, there's so many. Wendy, I got to get all the details for the R&B Fest. We got to promote that a little bit better. We got to buy our tickets. They're very affordable. We got to support. We got to get out here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's roll. We're going to bring on our first guest. You guys, welcome to the show, my friend, Mr. Jerome West. How are you today, sir?
Doing well, sir. Doing well.
I'm excited to have you here today. We were talking before the show, and you told me that you graduated from Timpkin Senior High School right here in downtown Canton, Ohio, with a whopping 1.6 GPA.
That's correct. I graduated Timpkin High School in 1999 with a 1.6 GPA. I graduated the bottom 10%. I graduated 130 out of 143 graduates.
Say that again?
130 in my class out of 143.
Absolutely interesting. I want to say absolutely incredible. Well, the journey after that was incredible. So 1.6, 130 out of what?
143.
130 out of 143. So I don't know where the other 13 people are, but you can make it too. All right. So you still have a chance, whoever you are. What was up, man? Okay, but now you are about to finish your 7th college degree. Is that
Yes,
correct?
I am finishing August 1st. I'll graduate my master's in arts and mental health counseling, and that'll be my 4th master's.
Okay, so I got some questions. First of all, it says doctor. His title is doctor. You know, we got some problems in our community right now with people calling themselves doctor, right? Dr. Seuss, Dr. Scholes. They just calling themselves doctors, Colonel Sanders. Don't nobody got real titles. They don't do nothing to get their titles. They just be making up titles. So are you really have a doctorate? Where is it from? Can you show us credentials here live? No, you don't have to show it to us, but what's that?
So I graduated with a doctorate in healthcare administration
Mhm.
from Oklahoma State University
Okay,
in
that's a real
December
college.
2025.
Oklahoma State. Now Barry Sanders with Oklahoma State. That's a real
Yeah,
college.
that's a real
Okay,
school.
I know
Yeah.
that. That's a real school right there. So you're about to work on your 7th degree. The question that people have, or I would have, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. Is why though? Right? Like, let me say, I got a bachelor's in organizational management and marketing. I went back to get my master's in leadership development. I didn't finish. So multiple things happened. I was in school at Stark State to get a degree in early childhood. While I was there, I became the administrator of an early childhood center. You didn't need a degree. You needed so many credits plus experience plus whatever. I had everything I needed to do the job I wanted. And I was busy because I started this new job as the administrator of McKinley Early Childhood Center. I told Miss Carrie Long, shout out to her. I was like, I just became what I'm going to school to become. Have a good day. I'll see you later. And she said, finish the semester, which I did. Years later, I went back to get my undergrad at Malone University in organizational management and marketing in the MMP program, which is a great program, ladies and gentlemen, for non-traditional students, faith-based. It was just a wonderful experience for me. I went back to get my degree, my master's in leadership, and my 2 middle children, Lucas and Ashanti. I got custody of them, which was a wonderful thing, but then took my attention to focus on raising them. And so I've parlayed my bit of education into many successful things. I've done consulting. I've traveled around the country. I'm doing a whole show that I don't have no education in. Why would you get that many degrees? What is the value of education? And do you reach a level where it doesn't have any greater impact, or is it because you want to be more well-rounded? What is your reasoning?
My rationale for my educational journey is rooted in the ability of where I come from. My grandfather was an individual who migrated from the South in the 50s.
Mm.
Didn't graduate college.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't graduate high school because it just wasn't an option. He grew up out of that era where education, they had to go, he was a sharecropper.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came to education, I looked at it as something that I struggled with. I struggled early in education because I had undiagnosed learning disabilities. Like I have ADHD and I have something called dysgraphia. So what that means is I can't focus and I can't write. So I struggle with both of those elements.
Wow.
All right. So writing I have a process that I figured out over time of how I write because it takes me a minute to write a paper.
When did you, and I don't want to, please keep that thought. When did you find that out? Because I don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. So you're in high school, you got a 1.6 GPA. I asked you earlier before the show, I was like, were you a bad kid or something? You're like, I wasn't in
I
trouble.
wasn't a bad kid. I was a kid just trying to find my way.
Mm-hmm.
You're in that age where you're a teenager. Who are you? How will you get there?
Mm-hmm.
But throughout my academic journey, there were individuals in my life. I think mentorship. I think no one becomes successful on the backs of themselves. It's usually on the backs of others.
Yes.
So in my lifetime, I had individuals like Dr. Sandy Walmack. I remember a conversation when I was 12 years old. He sat me down at JTP, Job Training Partnership.
Wow.
And he made me make a promise to him. And that promise is part of why I'm where I am today. He said to me, promise me you go to school, go to college. I said, I'm 12 years old. To top it all off, I didn't learn my ABCs to the 5th grade.
Wow.
So here is a kid that's 12 years old, makes a promise to an educator that he will go to college. It's one thing to go to college. It's another thing to finish. So when times got tough, when times got challenging, when I went to Stark State and I failed statistics 5 times, I remember that promise. Then there was other mentors in my life. There was Stephen Dilly. Stephen Dilly was a criminal justice teacher at Tipton High School. He sat me down one day and he said something that probably today would be not politically correct. He said to me, Jerome, you can't be slow and lazy. I said, what do you mean you can't be slow and lazy? He said, sir, if you have learning challenges, you have to embrace a concept called hard work. And I took that concept of knowing the power of hard work and the promise that I made to Dr. Walmack, and I merged those two together. And that was my beginning of that was my foundation there. And I said, okay, you don't like doing manual labor. You got to go to school then. And you got to find a way to make it work. So for Stark State, it took me 5 years to complete a 2-year degree.
Wow.
It took me that long because I had remedial courses. I failed a lot. And it was like, this is hard. But I never ever stopped going. And then I had my aunt Tamika West. She's a therapist in the area. She modeled to me. She was at Walsh. I was at Timken, and she was the first one in our family to go to college. So seeing her, and she was the one that told me, well, you got to do something with your life. You can't be a failure. So there's people throughout your life that have pushed me and molded me and made me who I am today. And why did I do 7 degrees? The question is, why not? I think the reality is, as an African American male from Canton, Ohio, born and raised, to get 7 degrees is an educational outlier. Was it hard? Heck yeah. And I will tell you, it was even harder. We'll talk about this later. I connected too, because on the back end of my educational journey, not only did I finish up my last 3 degrees, I also lost 300 pounds.
Wow.
So how do you get 3 degrees and lose 300 pounds simultaneously?
Hey, listen, most people, anybody out there who is in school right now, getting a degree, a couple, whatever you're doing, you don't have time, right? Usually a health journey takes all of your focus. It is a degree unto itself. You got to be at the gym, you got to eat right, you got to be conscious of everything. And often stress causes a lot of us to overeat. I'm stressed, I'm studying, I'm writing papers. I don't have time to cook grilled chicken, but the chicken nuggets over here at Wendy's is already ready already. I'm gonna go and grab some of those. So how did you do that?
How did I do it? First off, I had gastric sleeve surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Gastric sleeve was not the answer. It's just a tool.
Yeah.
People think you get the surgery, it's going to change your life.
Right.
But there's a concept that I live my life by. It's called structure, discipline, and consistency. In order to make any major lifestyle change, you have to embrace structure. That simply meant that me going in a schedule.
Yeah.
When I first started off my weight journey, I was at 525 pounds.
Wow.
I was a quarter of a ton. And for 30 days straight, I went to Planet Fitness in Willoughby, and I just came to the parking lot and I sat there. Because I just figured for 15 days, 30 days straight, if I come here just 20 minutes, I'm going to sit here. And that gave me the structure. The heaviest weight I've ever lifted. It wasn't the 225 bench press I can do. It's not the deadlift I can do. It was probably me opening that door the first time. It was by far the heaviest weight I ever lifted in my life. To go inside of a gym at 525 pounds and begin to walk on a treadmill every single day. Every single day. That was challenging. Yeah. Because how you see yourself. Why did I eat so much? Food was a coping mechanism. Yeah. It is what you deal with stress. Some people use drugs, some people use alcohol. Mine was food. I was an emotional eater. When I wanted to escape, let's go to food. So I had to relearn my relationship with food. So I had structure. I got the schedule down. Then discipline. What does discipline say? Discipline says I do it when I don't even feel like it. A lot of times we're making lifestyle changes. Our emotions and our feelings can hijack us. I often say sometimes people get emotionally intoxicated. Yeah. And once they get emotionally intoxicated, they cannot make rational and logical decisions. So I had to become more disciplined. Do it when I didn't even feel like it. And doing it when I didn't feel like it meant that at some 9 times I'll go to the gym at 11 o'clock at night and stay till 1 o'clock in the morning and then go to work. And while I'm on the treadmill, I got to read this doggone book. Then there's consistency. Consistency says that I do this because this is my lifestyle. This is who I want to become. And if I want it, because it's one thing to make a lifestyle change, but the other thing is, how do you sustain it? Sustainability is the art. Anybody can change it, but can you sustain it? So that's where the principle of consistency, even where I am right now, the biggest thing is that I have to sustain the change. Yes, I've lost the 300 pounds. Now it's the ability to be consistent and sustaining the change. Because it's easy to revert back to who I was.
So that's absolutely incredible. Principles to live by. I think for anybody out there who are listening, and shout out to the people here in the comments who are saying hello. Demetrius Rodriguez, what's up, my man? He said he remembers Sandy Womack when he was a wrestling coach at Alliance. Shout out to Dr. Womack. I will have Dr. Womack on the show. Dr. Womack has been on my show many times from season 1 throughout. But I got to get him here in the studio to sit down. What an inspiration. What a person who's made change. And my mom would tell me, little Sandy Womack from running over there in the projects. Sandy was a mess, right? People who knew Sandy when he was a kid, they were like, nobody ever thought Sandy was going to be changing lives. Sandy was out here about to just act up. So shout out to Dr. Womack and getting his education and becoming Dr. Womack, and his wife, Mrs. Dr. Womack, also has her doctorate. So shout out to them. Who else? Lester Sanders, we see you here in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. Shani, no, I'm sorry, Shamar Michelle. I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. You guys comment, say hello, hit those hearts. Everything you do tells the algorithm that this show matters. Okay, so people don't think about it. They're like, I don't want to hit a heart. Hit a heart. Hit another heart. Keep hitting hearts. Tell it. Make a comment. Every comment you make tells the algorithm that it matters. That goes for all posts. So anybody you know and support, and you guys want to show them some love, you may not have dollars to put in the collection plate, but we will collect those hearts. We will collect those comments. We will collect those shares. That's what tells the algorithm it matters. That's for all platforms. Every time you save, share, heart, comment, those things matter. So thank you guys so much for your comments. Thank you guys for your love. Good morning to my Aunt Gloria. She said, good morning, Jerome. I remember him from when he worked in the mental health system. My aunt worked in mental health for many, many years. And still does grief counseling. Starla Harris, hello, hello. She says, hey, hey, welcome, welcome. And we do have Ashanti, Shani, Monroe coming on here in a little bit. We're going to talk to her about mental health. She's a woman who's helping men with mental health. What's up with that? And then we're going to talk to her about her relationship status and get all up in her business. So stay tuned. All right, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun show. And I got a little game here. Maybe I'm going to play this with her. It's called Red Flag, Green Flag. I just happened to get this off of the TikTok shop, and I'm gonna do a game show. I've been promising y'all a game show for like 2 years, so I'm working on it. It's gonna come out sooner than later, but I've been getting some little games. Like maybe I'll test some of these games. I'm gonna open this up on Sean. We're gonna learn about red flags and green flags. They call their parents mommy and daddy. Is that a red flag or green flag? That's what the back of the box says. We're gonna dig into that a little bit later. Okay, just a little bit. All right, so education. You talked about being an educational outlier. For people who just tuned in, graduated Simkin High School, 1.6 GPA. You even said to me earlier, like, I'm not even sure. When we were grown, when we graduated just a year apart, you had to at least have a 2.0 to even get out the door.
You ain't got to say that out loud. Okay. You don't have to say that now. I'm in Canton.
I'm out here now.
I'm not bored to say anything and do no investigation.
He's like, I'm respected out here. I don't mess me up. All right. You got to get a 2.0 to get out the door. He had a 1.6 and they let him go. And so now you went on to get these degrees. You talked a little bit about your learning disabilities. You named some things that I never even heard of.
Yes.
Now I think we're in an interesting time because we're in a time where I worked in early childhood for years, and I had parents who would bring me these things from their doctor. They wanted me to fill out this questionnaire to prove that their kid had all these issues. And many of these kids didn't have ADD. They were BAD. But that's what it was. They just needed some discipline, some direction, because when they came to me in my class, I got them together. I was like, I'm not playing. Here's how we do it. We walk in lines. We talk like this. You sit down, da-da-da. Now, some of them did have issues. And I would be honest in the survey, and those parents got the help they needed. And I didn't want to stop people from getting money, but it wasn't about a hustle. You're not going to medicate a kid just to get them to sit down when nothing about your lifestyle at home leads to anybody sitting down. You don't sit down. Nobody sits down. And this is where the child is having issues. So I think there is an epidemic of people just wanting their child to get medicated and get sedated. Okay. But there are people who really need the help. Shout out to Ramir Burrows too. Ramir, I forgot. He said, proud of you, Coach West. He said, what's up? Ramir's my guy. Thank you so much for checking it out. Soon to be father, my guy. But talk to us about, you truly had some issues, as I do believe many children do, and even still adults. There are adults who are trying to further their education, and they were never diagnosed because it wasn't something they diagnosed much when we were younger. And they're in college like, I'm just not smart. Talk to us about what you learned about the fact that it was not that you were not smart, but that you were fighting an uphill battle and needed to do something about it.
I got diagnosed with ADHD later in life. I was in my second doctoral program. I failed out of 2 doctoral programs before I finished.
Wow.
I failed out of Capella University, and I failed out of, I forgot even, Freed-Hardeman University. So I failed out of 2 doctoral programs. And in that second doctoral program, it was challenging to write those 20-page papers. I mean, it was just challenging. I said, something ain't right here. Yeah. You know, it's just challenging. I can't complete this homework. So I went to a psychiatrist. You know, I've been in behavioral health for over 20 years now. So, I mean, I understand the dynamics and the processes and all that. And I got diagnosed. And I said, okay, I'm ADHD. So what does that come with? There's a stigma behind, okay, if you have a mental health diagnosis, no, give me my Vyvanse. I need my medication, because if I don't have it, stuff won't get done. Right. And I'm okay with that. And I understand that. But on the one thing about ADHD is people think it's a bad thing. No, you just can't focus. But the biggest thing, the game changer for me was I understood how my brain works. I understand that there are peak performance moments in my brain where I can get that hyper focusedness that I have. Once I get locked in on something, you can't change it.
Mm.
I'm going to conquer it.
Yeah.
And that's the superpower of ADHD. So what I looked at, I said, okay, I have this diagnosis, but what strengths does it magnify and what strengths can I utilize from it? How can I build on it? With mine being ADHD, oh, I have a component in my mind where I'm hyper focused. And if I get hyper focused on that task, I'm going to execute with excellence.
Mm.
But the other side of that, if I'm not focused, I don't take that medication. If I'm overstimulated, ain't nothing getting done.
Okay.
So it takes times where you have to maximize being self-aware. And that's an art and a craft a lot of people don't want to do sometimes. Get to know who you are and who you're not. Understanding your strengths and your weaknesses. That requires a level of vulnerability and honesty and transparency and feedback from mentors, feedback from yourself. And that was the internal work that was required of me to understand, okay, my brain don't work like everybody else. I got a diagnosis. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to make it an excuse or create an opportunity and leverage it? And I decided to make it an opportunity.
That's absolutely amazing and something people need to hear. People are saying how inspiring. Type inspiration in the comments if that's inspiring to you. Just type the word inspiration. If you can't spell inspiration, then Google it. They're like, why you got to make us have a spelling bee this morning? I think it's absolutely inspiring. Like I said, I've been watching your journey of weight loss, your family. Last thing, and we got to move on. And I do, if you're open to it, I'd love to have you back. As I've talked about, there's things that I want to talk about in panels and groups together. Education, mental health, men's mental health, some of the struggles we have, education. For people out there who are wondering about going in education, number one, what has it done for you? And number two, where are you going next? Right? You're getting your another master's degree to do what? Because to me, I know it has to be something around I care about this population of people or something that means I'm going to go through the grind to learn everything I can to come out and help somebody else. So talk to us about what it's done for you and where is education taking you next?
One of the things that I always wanted to debunk was the paper ceiling. The worst thing in the world is to go to the classified ads or Indeed.com and you're automatically rejected because you don't have a piece of paper.
Yes.
No one will never tell me no because I don't have a piece of paper. One thing about my educational journey is very diverse. I have a degree in Associates in Human and Social Services, graduated Malone's in their organizational management program.
Love that.
Then I went to seminary. And then after I went to seminary, I went and got an MBA in healthcare management, and then a doctorate in healthcare management. And then I have a master's in mental health counseling. And I'm also an addiction counselor. So I have a very diverse educational portfolio. Why? Because I like options.
Yeah.
And having options, what does education do? Creates opportunities and options. I don't like being rejected when I look at Indeed.com. If I want to go work in the church, I can. If I want to go work in mental health, I can.
Yes.
If I want to work in business, I can. So that's what is created for me. Opportunities and options. What's next? I don't know. I know that I want to work in, someone said, do you want to be a clinician? I've been a behavioral health professional doing patient-facing work for most of my career. At this current season of my career, I want to be in operations because we don't make policy changes by sitting. Now, this is what they always say. There's not enough mental health providers. I agree. There is a healthcare shortage of providers that look like me. As an African-American mental health professional, I would say I'm a unicorn. Why do I say that? Because there's not a lot of us.
Right.
I worked in Stark County. When I was here, I worked with Dr. Sylvester Houston. He was the only African-American psychologist at the time out of 360,000 people.
Yeah.
So as an African-American male, and I'm becoming a mental health clinician, a counselor, yes, I love that work, but I also understand that if you're going to make true change, it happens when in the policy realm. It happens in administration. We know for a fact that when we look at healthcare administration, less than 2% of the healthcare administration look like me. So what is my ultimate goal? Be a CEO of somewhere, a CEO or an administrator in behavioral health administration. That's where change happens.
Yeah. That is absolutely so important, much like in the political realm, in the business realm, in the healthcare realm. Representation matters because who's sitting at the table dictates what happens further down the river. And oftentimes we don't have those seats. We don't aspire to those things. And if you don't have a piece of paper, and sometimes if you look like us, several pieces of paper, you may not get in the doors that you need to get into. And then the faith, because at the end of the day, we know that God opens all doors. And I love that you've aspired and took seriously the fact that you had other education to then go to seminary. You could be like, I don't need that to do God's work. But everything you do, you seem to set yourself up to do it with excellence. And you are setting an example. You will be somebody else's Dr. Sandy Womack. So keep going. Already, there's people in the comments who you've inspired, Ramir, others who you've been a blessing to. So keep doing it. Thank you so much for sharing your journey here. If you guys aren't following Dr. Jerome West on social media, I always say follow him. See, you can friend request somebody and they can not answer. They don't have to be your friend, but you can follow people too and just follow the journey and the things that they share that are public posts. At least you can see those things. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to shift here and head to our next guest here in a minute. Thank you so much, Dr. West was in the building with us. You are welcome to stay or you're welcome to head out if you have somewhere to be. Thank you so much. I should have told him that before he got here. He's not a hostage, but I wanted to keep him. Our next guest is getting in position. She is going to be forced to answer all these questions. We got a game we're going to play with her that she didn't even know that I didn't even know called Red Flag, Green Flag. They still follow. Okay, we're going to see. They still follow their ex on social media. Let me get this game open. This is an unboxing, ladies and gentlemen. I got some scissors around here. Let's see. Okay, this is an unboxing of the game Red Flag, Green Flag as we get this thing started. And we're going to talk about mental health and some other more serious topics as well. Welcome to the show, my good friend, Miss Ashanti Monroe. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Glad to have you here.
Long time coming.
Long time coming. I mean, I love the friendships, the relationships that I have with people that are lasting. We've known each other for many years. We used to work together at McKinley Early Childhood Center.
Yeah, Lucas wrote me up before.
It's so. What's really funny about that? She's probably telling the truth. I don't remember that at all.
I bet you don't.
I don't remember that at all. If I did, it was absolutely necessary because I've always loved her and I would not have done that unless I had to. And it was, did I write you out?
Yes.
Kind of boss.
I don't even remember what it was for, but
know.
he definitely wrote me up.
Oh, this is wild. Look at this game that I'm busting out. Red flag, green flag. Oh, look. Oh, look.
What?
These are for you.
Oh, great.
She's going to have to wave red flags and green flags on. We're going to talk about some relationship topics here today. She didn't know that. That wasn't the main plan, but we're going to work this out today. You were, I don't know what she got written up for. It wasn't my fault. But you were a great employee. And I mean, you worked in the office, which was, it takes a lot to work with families and kids and then work at that level because when you're in the office, you were night supervisor at one point.
Yeah.
You got to deal with it. Every problem is coming your way.
Yeah. A lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
It was a lot for me too. I learned a lot. I grew a lot. And what's funny is while I did have to write people up and some of it was very just and correct, I did learn over the years after I was gone though, that there were things that I would have done differently. And I was under an owner who had a very strict way of doing business and was very hard-lined and he was tough. I learned a lot about business from him, but I also struggled a lot and then when I finally grew up, I started there when I was 16 and I worked there till I was 33.
Yeah.
When I finally stood up and told him, like, not in any disrespectful way, but like the way you are, the way you talk about our families, our parents, the way you are still toward me after all these years is not okay. He didn't take it well. And that didn't last much longer.
Yeah, we heard.
As a black man, first of all, and this is not just a race thing, but I know how this person talked about our families. This person was not from here, and minorities was not their thing.
Right.
I was okay. I was in the house. I was all right. But when the one in the house starts speaking up and being like, yo, this ain't cool. Like, what are we doing? Like, why you got to treat me like this or anybody like this? I care so much, do so much. And that was tough. That was tough. It was very hard for me because I love the kids, the families, and the community. And people don't know, but God's plan is always greater.
Absolutely.
I wasn't let go. I was delivered. I just didn't know it.
Okay, well, come on.
I didn't know it.
Pass the plate.
I didn't even know. I was like, oh, this is so horrible. I was depressed. I was like, this is unjust, unfair. I had people ready to pay for the lawyers. But I was like, I can't go to court. I can't even deal with it. I am so hurt. But God knew that I needed to be here. God knew I needed to be all that he has made me to this point. I would have still been there trying to figure it out. And God had more for me. So you've talked about men's mental health. I just shared as a man.
Yes, you did.
I was Mr. Lucas. That was my identity from the time I was 16.
Yeah.
It was my first job. It was all I knew. And to lose it on nothingness, so much so until they had to pay me I was getting paid for months and months and months. Because it wasn't, and that wasn't even because the lawyer said so. That was because they knew what they had to do, because they knew otherwise, only way to get him not to go tell it all, which I can now. No, like not even gonna say it, was we're going to have to pay this man out and do something. Anyway, I was struggling. Why do you look at men and think there's an issue there or they need support? Why do you care?
I care because I just feel like men just don't have the space to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I grew up around the father who raised me and kind of saw the things that he went through, right? Saw the things my brother went through. But it wasn't until I met my birth father where it made sense. I always thought it was kind of weird that I had such a compassion for men's mental health because I'm a woman. Like, why do I care? But as I grew closer to my dad, learning my brothers, I just noticed that they don't talk much. And you can visibly see there's something's wrong, but they just don't talk about it. But I just learned that they just need the space to do that. So why not create one?
That's me and my guys who we do talk about some of these things. We talk about the fact that we don't talk about it much. We look at each other, we like, man, Demetrius is in the comments here today. He shared some very transparent things on the show when he was on. And Demetrius, I talked to your brother Chris the other day, and we talked, I gotta have them both on the show. Found out they were brothers. Years later, their mother was dealing with addiction. They were in different homes, and and he talked about, even as he's grown up, even as an adult, dealing with some mental health things, trying to be Superman to his kids and things like that. I think a lot of us deal with that. Good morning, Rochelle. Rochelle says, "Good morning, Ashanti. It's looking beautiful as always."
Oh, thanks, babe.
Yes, she models part-time as well.
Oh
She just doesn't tell anybody.
in the bathroom.
In the bathroom. She models in the bathroom. Also, I'm like a shower singer. She's a bathroom model. That works. That works. We don't talk about it because here, my philosophy on it is, when we were little, we were often taught to walk it off. I wrote this in my book, The Man Manual, years ago, that a boy and a girl, brother and sister, out riding their bike, they both fall off their bike. The parent rushes out, picks up the little girl and kisses her boo-boos and carries the princess in. They say to the little boy, get your sister's bike, get your bike, get up and walk it off.
Right.
He's dealing with the same hurt. What made him magically capable of dealing with physical, mental, and emotional pain better than his female counterpart?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think we are conditioned in society, in our country, different countries are different, some are worse, some may be better, to just walk it off. What do you think about the condition of men and the fact that we've been trained to walk it off? And then what do we do to help the next generation?
I think it's very sad, honestly, because I feel like if some men get to their breaking point and it causes all kind of issues that may not have happened if they just opened their mouths and said something. And I think that us women too, like, we play a part in that because we are expecting the man to be strong and do all these things instead of allowing him to be vulnerable and tell his side and be okay to be soft for a second. That doesn't make you less of a man because you have feelings. But I feel like sometimes as women, because we were taught to be the princess, like you said, kiss the boo-boos, all the things, and we're conditioned as well. So I just feel like if there is a space for men to just be like, yo, like, I'm hurt, my feelings are hurt. I didn't like how you said this. This is how this made me feel. I don't want to be strong today. I want to cry. I want to be able to talk about what's going on with me. Can you give me the space to do that? And I think that if we allow men to talk more, it'll help the next generation to be able to talk more as well.
Well said. That's a great point that most of us haven't seen our fathers or others show emotion. They didn't have the space, so now they're creating the conditions that don't give us the space. And then I think we talk about generational curses as people of faith, right? I think a lot of times generational curses they're not like a hex.
Right.
Right? It's not like somebody went boom shakalaka and put something on you, right?
Sometimes, but not all the time.
Somebody put roots on me.
Somebody put a root on me.
Put a root on it.
Yeah.
It's not always that, right? It's often generationally poor practices.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like things weren't right in my family and they passed on certain things
Mhm.
and they passed on certain ills and they say, well, my mom was like this, my dad was like this, my father would never, I never saw my father cry, so I'm
Mhm.
not gonna cry.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I know as a man, I always feel like I and I don't know what it is. I feel like a more emotional man,
Mm.
right? But that's not a thing that even at my grown age that I'm proud. I don't know what to say. It's not like I'm ashamed of it,
Right.
but I'm also not proud of it. There are times where I'm emotionally moved. Like I'll be watching social media and they'll show one of those videos where people go up and help a homeless person
Mhm.
and give them a shower and a
Yeah.
haircut and something. And I'm literally feeling emotional.
Mhm.
I just I think about, was it Jeremiah in the Bible was the weeping prophet? I think about God giving a heart. Like I'm so empathetic toward people
Mhm.
that it makes me emotional, but I still have this thing playing in the back of my head, like because I ain't no punk. Like I ain't playing. Like somebody said, I'm not playing. Like
Right, but to your point, I think that's what the issue is you're not you don't seem to be 100%
come
comfortable with
on,
your
help me out, help
emotions.
me out.
And I feel like that's not okay. You should be able to feel how you feel regardless
Mm,
of you being a man or not. Like if you truly are emotional about something, so what?
yeah,
Cry.
yeah,
I mean, does that mean that what does that mean if you don't? Like, you know what I mean? Like it
yeah,
just to me it just is very sad that men just feel like, "Ah, you ain't about to see me cry." Like you ain't about to see like, okay, but what if you need that?
yeah.
What if that's a release for you? Like I know like in my family when we were talking like about generational curses and
Mhm,
stuff, and I always said that me and my cousins, I feel like it's different with us from what we have grown to see.
mhm,
And even the dynamic when we get together as a family, you can tell the difference. We're more aware. We
mhm.
talk a little bit more. Me, John P, the MC,
I
like
got
that's
you,
my
John P.
cousin.
Your cousin,
So
right?
he'll call me and he's emotional too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And like, but he knows I'm a safe space for him. And I just feel like if men had that, things would be a lot different. Wives, I promise y'all would be happier.
come on.
If you create the peace and the space, the world beats these men up. They don't
Mm,
need to come home getting beat up more.
yeah.
I just always just felt like just the men that I've seen around me. And when my father had passed away and I saw my brothers and how they reacted, and I literally heard one of my brothers say, "We got to be strong for the girls."
Mm,
No, you don't.
wow.
No, you don't. You don't have to be strong. You can cry about this. This is tragic. This is huge. You don't have to be strong for us.
I that is such an important thing, and I'm so grateful to my wife for giving me the space. My wife is not a crier.
Mhm.
Um, and I had a rough childhood. I always, when I met her, I was like, man, hers was worse.
Mhm.
And Tina Stevens was on, and her and Tina Stevens grew up as friends, and but also went through foster care and homes and abuse and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And fortunately, at some age was adopted into a family and such, but still went through some very
Mhm.
difficult things, which made her very tough and very able to be alone and figure it out because she had to figure it out.
Yes.
And so then as a man to be with a woman who's not the most emotional,
Mhm.
but is still emotionally in touch, just not herself, going to be
Right.
crying every day. And then to go through things, especially I went through things with my children that aren't her children. And
Mhm.
she loves me and loves my kids, but it was hard because I'm like, my children bring a complexity into our house that is hard for me to figure out how to navigate and mitigate and deal with. She was always loving in there and didn't blink, but I felt responsible at
Yeah.
times for for things from that carried into my life. And then also my mom passed away. I started
Mhm.
this whole
Yeah.
thing when I lost my mom in 2020. I'm still dealing with that. I still have days where I will cry and cry and cry. I cried in the airport one day just because I had successfully finished a big program and I wanted to call my mom.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was call my mom.
Mhm.
Still to this day, many days I want to call my mom. The best days of my life, I cry because I want to call my mom. And not just when things go wrong.
Right.
That's hard.
It is very hard. Grief is grief will sneak up. It will sneak up.
Yeah,
And I know firsthand. I mean, it can just be a random moment and you see something, a smell, like
yeah.
somebody who looks like the person, like,
A
or
show will
you,
come on TV. I'll be like,
yes. And you be like, and it just,
yeah.
but it's okay to feel that emotion.
That ladies, listen to what Demetrius all here saying. She gets it. I like that, right? As men, we all here like somebody, y'all. We be on social media with the ladies be out there saying, "This is how men are." We be like, "That's right, that's right." We
Right.
do feel like that.
We do beat up on y'all. I apologize on behalf of the
Why?
women. I mean, I think we go into certain things expecting men to be a certain way.
Sometimes women, and maybe a lot, women expect men to be extremely strong and tough,
Yeah.
protectors, always ready for all things. It's like, who said we were the emotionally stronger ones? Like, physically, yeah, I'll take a bullet. But when we going through something emotionally, the fact that we're saying, I got to be strong for you is like, most women I know are more emotionally mature
hmm
and have a higher level of emotional intelligence than men,
Where we can actually be the stronger ones.
where you could be the stronger ones, but that's not how society is. Like, we got to be strong in everything.
Yeah. And I just don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think there should be any levels to that. Just whatever you're feeling is what you're feeling.
Mm.
And like even when I had my mental health brunch and when the men were sharing their stories and I'm looking around the room and I'm seeing men crying. I'm seeing men like nodding their head like, dog, like I thought I was the only person that felt that way. Or like that's why I felt it was so important to have it because I just needed to
Talk
know
to us
like
about that. For people who don't know,
yeah.
talk to us about this recent program that you put on and what was that for?
So the recent program I put on was called Fight Back, FITE, which is my father's last name. And it just kind of birthed out of a tragic event that I just felt like if my dad maybe had the resources or the space to kind of express how he was feeling, because there were a lot of things that led up to the tragedy. I feel like maybe if he was able to talk about it, it wouldn't have escalated to where it had gotten. And I'm friends with a lot of married people, and I know people say single people shouldn't be friends with married people. I disagree.
Okay.
But I have a lot of brothers, who I know have experienced things they don't really talk about. So I'm like, well, why not create a space where I just get some men who can share their stories, their testimonies, whatever, just to encourage other men in the room. I invited women to be a part of it as well. There were a couple women in the room. But I had about 4 speakers, and then I had my friend Ari do a spoken word for the men to kind of set it off, and then the men each shared their testimony, how they dealt with their if it was mental illness or whatever the case, and just were vulnerable. And at the end, I think was so important because at first we were passing around little note cards for people to write questions. Nobody's writing anything because I don't want nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how y'all can be.
Yep.
And so, but as the questions started coming, we had to almost cut the questions off so we can get out because we had to be out by a certain time because the men were just asking questions and they were so important. And at the end, there were people exchanging phone numbers. There were men like, hey, we got to keep doing this. Like, we got to meet up. Like, it was so important. I don't think I've ever seen that many men tear up or talk and feel free to do so. And I was like, wow, this is something that absolutely needs to be a thing.
Yeah, it absolutely does need to be a thing. I can say as a man myself, and then as a man who I check on my friends. They say check on your strong friends. It's like, man, we got to check on each other. Period.
Yes. Yeah.
A friend of mine just lost his sister. We were talking about that. Another friend of mine. God puts people on our hearts. Sometimes people come to mind, and we think, I don't know why they came to my mind, and we keep it moving.
Yeah. It's for you to pray for them.
Right. God
Reach
wants us to
out.
do something, right?
Yeah.
Pray, call, take action. I texted a friend of mine the other day, and I said, how are you? Thank you for all you've done. He came on my show. I was like, you were a great guest, da 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 da. And I said, and keep doing your thing, but don't be afraid to pivot. And the reason I said that was because that's exactly what God told me to say, which I thought was weird for a second because to suggest to another man, don't be afraid to pivot, might be suggesting that you're doing something wrong.
Right.
And man to man, you don't challenge what you're trying to say, brother. You're doing better than me. What you talking about? I need to pivot. But God, I will question God. I'd be like, God, I don't know about that one, brother. I don't know if you think, I don't know. He might get offended.
Right.
And he'll be like, no, that's what I need you to say. I said that. And he said, I've been sitting here today thinking about a pivot. I needed to hear that.
Wow.
But if we don't listen to that, another friend of mine, I ran into him at an event recently, and I reached out to him. And it's funny because I reached out to him to say, me and him had a great conversation about being girl dads and the joy of seeing our girls do well and do things. And I just was thinking about, I reached out to him to do lunch or something soon. I was like, let's connect more. Because it's easy to see somebody, what's up, man? How you doing? And guys, man to man, when you be like, how you doing? Bro, I'm good. Can't complain. All is
And be
well.
lying. Just lying.
Lying.
Just
I was in
lying.
the, you gonna cry in the car. Like, you
Yes,
like,
yes, just be lying. Like, what's really going on? Because what y'all don't know, I mean, I don't know if it's just because of my beliefs and how I can see in a different way. It be on y'all.
What do you mean you can see in a different way?
I think, okay, so it's not everybody knows I believe in Jesus and I go to church
Yeah.
and all of the things. And I just I see things spiritually, right?
Talk to us about it.
So like, for me, I can see a heaviness. Like if I ask, hey, how are you doing?
They can say, I'm great.
You're great.
but
And
you
I'm
see
like,
it.
that's not, it's the whole cloud. It's just all over you. Like what's really going on? You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So I just, I have that gift to kind of, and I think that's probably why I am so compassionate about mental health.
Yeah. I love it. And I think that women helping men matters. Men, we need to help each other for sure. But I think oftentimes oftentimes men are failing in relationships. Let's talk about this. And I keep telling you we're about to play this game because she's a good sport. And she's like, I'm an open book. I'm a good sport. Then I bust out this game where she's about to tell all her business.
Oh my
We're gonna
gosh.
play red flag, green flag, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about some relationship stuff. And you guys can play along. I want you guys to tell me your thoughts in the comments. If you got to get to work at 9:00, cough and tell them you can't make it. No, call off sick. I'm just
No,
but hopefully
press your
you guys-
microwave so make that noise. Like
you need somebody.
just press I'm in the bed, cooked up.
I'm barely making it. I'm down here at Altman, hoping they can get me out by lunchtime. Right? And then you show up all normal because
Yes.
the show's off now. Stick with us if you could only listen. Stick with us. Again, if you have not shared this broadcast, please share the broadcast. We appreciate it. You just hit that share button if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, you could hit share. It's going to say copy link, send it a message, whatever. You can copy the link and send it to a family member, a friend, the family group chat, whatever it may be. And they may not be able to watch it now, but they may watch it by replay. And this may be something that's helpful in healing, from what Dr. West shared earlier to what the future doctor, I just like, I put that, she's like, I didn't say I want to go to school that long.
Listen, but to speak to that, I just want to say Cheyenne Bryant is just a glorified life coach.
That's all.
That's it.
She
I'm a life coach.
She could have just been that.
Yeah,
right?
I'm a life coach. I understood.
Yeah.
This one.
So what do you think about that? Let's real quick since you went there. All right. So is she wrong, or what are your thoughts?
I feel like anybody who wears doctor on a necklace is doing a lot. I just feel like if you have to constantly give your title, affirm what you are, you're probably hiding something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it just made her feel good about herself. I don't know.
It probably made her more money too.
I'm sure it did.
I mean, I gotta pay you more. Like I do life coaching training. My executive coaching costs more than my life coaching in that as someone who has worked in consulting for so many years, and what I can offer in business is more. If I say a doctor, I could charge a little bit more.
Absolutely, and I really think that's all it was. But she is just a glorified life coach.
Right. Look, Demetrius, I'm supposed to be in the gym fooling around with Lucas. Like, don't go yet. Wait, we about to play this game. It's gonna be fun, guys. Y'all can play red flag, green flag with us. Okay, don't go nowhere, fellas. What's going on? Brandon said Ashanti has always been a kind person, kind of person, genuinely. Now, listen, Brandon recently lost a loved one. Brandon, our hearts go out to you. I believe you recently lost your aunt, or one of your aunts. And Brandon is a person who, like, he's a caregiver of his family.
Yeah,
right?
he's a sweet pie.
He is, and he cares for his mom, his aunt, all his life. Like, he just that guy. He's dedicated his life to it and stayed right here planted so he could care for his family. And he comes from an amazing group of women and family. Man. But that's huge. That type of grief. And men, again, here he is in the comments cheering you on, as he will continue to do, cheer people on. We're wearing a lot of masks, Shawnee. Like we're struggling, and we wearing football helmets and masks, face masks, and then we come into the world and we're wearing masks. And then as minority men, for sure, people don't understand. And sometimes I think people like, don't play the race card. Everything's not about race. Okay, fine, no problem. But people don't understand how hard it is to walk out in this world and to even wonder if the people who are there to protect you might harm you.
Yeah.
And I love our police officers. We got a police substation right here. But in general, I don't know every time I get pulled over or something happens if they're going to protect me
Right.
or
It's
see me as a
scary.
threat.
It's absolutely. I mean, I have my son's 21,
Yeah.
so it's scary
Which
to
is mind
know.
blowing to me. Let me just say that real quick. Your
I
son
know.
is 20. Who said he could be 21? What?
43, y'all. 43.
Right. My birthday
But
this week. I'm gonna be 44. 44. Okay.
but yeah, it's a scary. Anytime a brother, a uncle, a dad leaves the house, you just don't know really what this world is going to do to our men specifically.
Yeah.
And it is as a Black woman, it's scary.
That's deep. I never thought about that. As a
Yeah.
mother, as a
Yeah,
sister, as a cousin.
I am. My son hasn't moved out yet. He's talking about moving out
Yeah.
this year, and I am terrified.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing to just know he's just out there in this world that may not
Doesn't
really
love
love him for real
Yeah.
or care about his well-being. He's just another Black boy.
Yeah.
So it is hard.
Let's shift now. We've talked men's mental health. We're gonna talk about relationships now. Ashanti Monroe, my friend who I've known many years. Again,
Lucas is always trying to be in my business, just so y'all know.
I'm that friend. I am that guy. I'm like, I'm gonna have a show called Love Connection one day. I don't know. I just made that up. There's never a show called Love Connection before. I'm gonna bring it up. But I'm fascinated by relationships and people, and having been married as many years as I have. There's so many lessons in it, and it's like me and my wife are at a place now. Our youngest is 17. She be out living life.
She be outside,
right? She not only.
She be out little outside.
She be out little,
okay.
kid outside, kind of kitty outside, you know, with
She right
friends,
with her.
good friends and such. We don't think we'll be. She know I'm watching your location, like I'm looking at it, like I'm watching TV. Like you better be where you said you're gonna be. You better get back here, or that car that ain't really in your name will be right here parked. And I'll get. She's a wonderful kid, and all my kids. Shout out, my other kids are adults like yours. But me and my wife are at a wonderful place because we're like. And they say this happens in relationships that when you're raising kids, it can be so you're just in the business of raising kids. And me and my wife always did date nights and things, but you're raising kids. Now we're getting to that stage where it's like, she cool. We can go on date nights on a Tuesday. We living now. We like, what's
$5 movie night Tuesday.
$5 movie night Tuesday, man. We be living. We like, we in there now. So we be doing all kinds of stuff. So it's just such a beautiful thing, and I'm so grateful for it. But everybody does. People, we struggle to find that thing. So for you, as a smart, beautiful, dynamic woman who also cares about men's mental health, what do you think the issue is when you look out into the dating pool? What do you see?
I see pee, poop, and married people.
Pee, poop, and married people.
Yes, that's what I see.
The three
I
Ps.
see. I tell my friends that all the time. Like it's just, I am single, but I mean there is someone who has my attention currently. But I will say that
I like that you said she said that real smooth. I am single, but there is someone who has they are in the running toward becoming my next up, and I have not popped my balloon yet, and they may become my man. Okay, I got you.
It's hoping,
It's
but
hopeful.
you know,
Okay. Yes.
But I did take a 5-year hiatus from.
What's up? People in here laughing. What's up, man? My wife in the comments. She be working. She here watching. What's up, man? You here laughing?
Because they know.
People.
Listen.
And married people.
Yes, it's so true, y'all. It's so crazy out here.
Say she ain't lying.
Yes, the dating streets is wild.
A mess.
A hot mess.
Yeah.
But I was in a relationship. I'm gonna say situationship because
you was in a situationship.
I was in a situationship because I don't ever remember us talking about a title. It just kind of happened.
Okay.
And this was in 2020.
Now rewind back. She's about to tell us about her 5-year break from dating. Okay, go ahead.
And I just knew like, okay, this might be it. This might be the person. And then I got blindsided and he ended it. And I just kind of was like, okay, hold on. Because I think prior to that, I never really was by myself. Like I was divorced, was in the situationship. Like I just was always in something.
Yeah.
And I just decided, and God was like, you need to sit down somewhere. I need to deal with you. And I'm like, me?
It was never me.
It ain't me.
It never been me.
Because the person even said, like, you know, you're an amazing person. It was all the good things. And he was even emotional about the breakup. But that, you know, maybe I just wasn't his wife. I don't know. But I decided to stop dating. And I let the Lord really stripped me from what I thought a wife is supposed to be. Now, mind you, I was married before. And I remember my bishop actually telling me one time, he preached about something completely different. And he had us go down to the prayer line for that specific thing. And as he was coming down and he turned his mic off, and I said, oh, he about to say something that's about to irritate my soul. I just know
my
it.
business right
And
now.
he literally said, in order for you to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife again. And then that was probably 4 years before I actually stopped dating.
Wow.
And so I just took a step back and I just really allowed God to kind of deal with me, strip me from some things. And in that, I learned all of these traumas that I didn't even know I had that I was projecting in relationships, things I was expecting, things that I didn't even know were bad traits, things that were passed down to me that wasn't even mine, that I was carrying. And he literally was like, you have to put the little girl down. I still hadn't dealt with past trauma. And I was just moving. So I stopped moving. And then I got comfortable. I think towards
What you mean?
I think I got comfortable being isolated, being single, being not bothered. I just was like, I don't even know.
You wasn't like,
I don't know.
Be
I
nice
think
and somebody take me to the $5 movie.
I can pay for my $5 movie.
Hey.
And then I ain't gotta share my popcorn.
Keep your little
You know what I'm
dirty
saying?
hands.
Like,
you
it's
just went to the
just-
bathroom. Come back,
Yeah,
put your
like
hands in my
I
popcorn.
was cool. I was cool. But then I could, and also he had me hidden because in the 5 years, there is that part where you get a little irritated. It's like, dang, ain't nobody trying to talk to me.
Right,
Ain't nobody
what's
trying
up?
to really like,
That's
what's up? But then I realized it's because God had me hidden because he was still dealing with me. So I wasn't being seen on purpose.
Yes.
If I'm gonna be single on purpose, I can't be seen on purpose. So I was like, all right.
That's deep. Now hold up. All right, y'all. I keep teasing y'all. We're gonna play this game, red flag, green flag. We're gonna jump into it here in just a second. She said, if I'm gonna be single on purpose, I can't be seen on purpose. And that's God. That's a father loving his daughter enough to say, I don't want you to be tempted because the right man looking the right way, smelling the right way, talking the right way, you gonna forget all your plans.
All the things that you sat down for.
People be like, I'm celibate. It's like, no, you just ain't got nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people
oh my
like,
gosh, listen, and while we here,
go ahead.
celibacy and abstaining is two different things.
Okay,
I
talk to me
really
what you're talking about.
need y'all to.
It's relationship hour,
Celibacy-
ladies and gentlemen. If you're at work and we are past the time, we gonna talk here for a little bit. So buckle up. We
Goodness. And I knew this was gonna happen because each time we
too,
talk,
so
it'd be forever.
I was like, you got time? I got time. Okay, let's.
Celibacy is when you are just not having sex ever again.
Really?
That's
what the idea is.
Like that's what nuns do.
They make a vow of celibacy.
Yes, you're really giving up sex forever. I'm not doing that. Okay, I
don't know anybody who's ever like, I'm tapping out. You know what?
I'm
Sex is off
abstaining.
the table.
Abstaining is just.
You can abstain from anything.
You can abstain from anything.
You can abstain from
you
sugar,
can abstain
bread,
from
alcohol.
abstaining. Like I'm abstaining until marriage. Some people will abstain until they feel like they found the right person. That's the difference.
So you're abstaining until you walk down the aisle?
Yes, that is my.
Oh, she look a little shaky. Let's get into the.
That is my goal.
Blink, I think so.
I say that because it's easy to say that when you've been single for so long. You can say that, but when you're actually in something and you meet a person.
But is men going for that? They are saying that you can't keep a man, and you talking about I'm celibate, and men don't have a. I mean, men are like hunter gatherers, let's say, and there is something about the hunt that might be intriguing at first. Like, oh, she think we ain't gonna do nothing, and he might be a respectful dude. He might be like, I respect that, and I'm with that. I'm cool. But the longer you're together, the closer you get, the more storming and I can't go home and we cuddled up and people go all up to the line. Where's the line? People go all up to the line too. Like they be like, I'm celibate. We not. What is that? Penetration?
And that's what I said. I have always said when I talk about my celibacy, and again, this is me not being in a relationship or in a situation or anything for the last 5 or 6 years. I would say celibacy to me is no outer course, no inner course, no around the course. We ain't even on the course. That is
Lord,
That is what I
I need some sound effects on here. What is going on? What is happening? Wait, did y'all hear what she just said? Lucas live. She gonna have to be on the late show. I don't know. We're allowed to talk about this.
Lucas
this
After
time of the day.
Dark.
Well, Lucas After Dark. Come back for Lucas Live After Dark. We have real conversations. Okay.
But
Wait.
okay.
Say that again. People don't. You said that way too fast.
No
Now,
intercourse around the course.
don't even be on the court.
Don't even get in the cart.
You know what? This is funny. Something that I've taught young people. Well, I've often said this. The better than abstinence is absence from places that would allow you the opportunity to be intimate.
Yeah.
If I'm absent from being at your house late at night alone with a couple of drinks, and I'm absent from that situation, I don't have to work on my abstinence and trying not to have sex.
Right.
It's just not possible. But people put themselves in the toughest situations. They're in there sweating.
All
They're
kinds of
like,
stuff.
Lord,
Yeah.
keep me. He like, keep you.
You
You
put
in the
yourself-
fridge trying not to eat. Keep me. What? Why you at the buffet? Talking about, I want to eat, Lord, keep me. Why you come to the buffet?
Right. But I mean, again, that is just where my head is at. Now, I'm not saying if I get in a relationship, that could shift a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's fair.
I
I
don't
like
know
that. I
until I get
respect
there,
that.
right?
Yep.
But my thought process is that.
Right. Okay, y'all in here clowning. We see y'all in the comments. We appreciate you guys for being here. Shantia Hamilton, thank you for jumping in, laughing with us this morning. Not even on the course, right? Don't take that course. Not the golf course, not the course in school.
Man, don't
Stay
sign up
out
for
the
it.
way, right? Don't
Yes.
sign up. It's hard, right?
It is very
because
hard.
we're made. Let's talk about this. Let's. I'm about to challenge. All right, let me give you a red flag, green flag. Let's play the
gosh.
game.
Here we go,
And I'm gonna
y'all.
ask you a question about God, how we're made, and what is God doing. I'm gonna say, I want to challenge you and say God has done something unfair, and I want you to make it make sense. But we're gonna talk about that, and y'all can say y'all thoughts
Oh,
in the comment.
okay.
I like to challenge people.
Oh.
I've been on a faith journey. It's been so fun, and I've been talking to some very close friends about this. God has been showing me what it's like to be a non-believer, and I think non-believers.
okay.
We have a lot of negative terms for people who don't believe what we believe.
Yeah.
They believe in something.
They do.
And often there's something ain't that different than ours. Like for a Muslim, well, they still believe in Abraham. They still believe in a thing. And then we shift on Jesus, and then we like, you're a non-believer. They're like, well, I believe a lot of stuff that you believe. Or they believe in charity, faith, giving, a lot of stuff. So I think we got to be careful with some of the terms we use. But what God has been giving me is a sensitivity. He's like, you guys keep trying to preach to people from your own perspective of people who are already drinking the Kool-Aid. And then you keep referring back to a book that they haven't read, nor do they believe in, as the only way to know a God that is supposed to be everybody's father.
Right.
I don't know my dad from reading about him. I know my dad from relationship.
Yes, so important. Relationship and religion are two different things.
So we're going to talk about that in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what time this show is going off today. She's off today.
We here till 3, y'all.
Okay, she's off work, right? This
Here
is a
till 3.
nice not episode. We on here all day.
All day.
My man Demetrius is not getting to work out in today. Some of y'all going to lose your jobs, but the Lord will provide. Just stay with us this morning. We see you guys. Lene, hello.
Hey,
Lene,
boo.
she's been on here the
That's
whole
my
time
babe.
cheering for you. Okay. I'll say what's up to her. Laura Howe, thank you so much for being here. We see you guys. Miss Kirsten, how do you say Miss
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
I think I said it right. Kirsten. I think it's Kirsten.
But they call her K or something?
Yes.
Kirsten. Okay, that makes it better.
I love her.
Okay, you told me about it. You were one of the first people to tell me about her.
Well,
District
I work with
111.
her. Yes, because people be thinking that's another thing. People be thinking I don't be outside.
Ooh. You'll be outside. You be at church and outside.
I be out. You know what I'm saying?
You can do it all, ladies and
do it all.
gentlemen. She can do it all. Yes. And she gonna come on the show one day. I think we're gonna pull her in here.
Oh,
she might
boy.
need to phone a friend. If she says she needs somebody to come with her, you come with her.
Yes.
All right. She'll come with you. She'll come with you, be your support system. Okay. Red flag, green flag. Everybody play along with us. This is the relationship edition. If you're like married or something, it doesn't mean you're trying to get with people because you're thinking about this. You can answer the question. When you were single, would this be a red flag, green flag? Think about it for your kids. If you would tell them it's a red flag or green flag or red flag, we've heard our whole lives about things that are negative that we should be cautioned about. I'd never heard the term green flag until the last 5 years. That term
we
came
always
out.
talk about negative stuff.
Very true. But now there are people think about green flags. What is something that says go forward? This is a good thing. Okay.
Gosh.
Let's see. Red flag or green flag? They reply with long paragraphs. Red flag or green flag? Hold on. I'm going to let you think for a second. In the comments, ladies and gentlemen, he said this episode is the one. I want to do more episodes on relationships. I'm going to do more of these.
I'm about to be Lucas's co-host. He don't know.
I don't even know. Look at Thank God. I didn't even know what he was doing. They gonna make her. She gonna be like, I have to come to work late every day.
Every
And they
day.
gonna have to be all right with it. All right, I'm down with it. The difference of religion versus relationship is everything. We're gonna talk about that in just a second. Thank you so much, Warren Gordon. Thank you so much. You guys just don't know.
Warren.
What's up, Warren? See, your comments matter. Your comments, your shares, your saves matter. Please check this out. Please follow us at Lucas Live Media if you just see us because you're friends with Ashanti and you're like, oh, I just saw it pop up on her page. Click the Lucas Live Media thing, follow it. Also, what something you guys can do for followers of Lucas Live Media on Facebook, hit those 3 little dots when the show is over, and it says invite friends. And then you can invite your friends or like up to 1,000 people or something to follow Lucas Live Media. That's your endorsement to say, let's get more eyes on this channel because there's good things going on here and he's bringing on good people. If I could pass the offering plate and say, could you do one thing for me? That's what I would ask today. They reply in long paragraphs. All right. Russell says yellow flag. That is not in the game. First answer ain't even an answer.
Pink flag. No, I'm just kidding.
Some people can't.
There's always going to be one person.
Can I put you in a virtual timeout? Oh, never mind. Okay. Lene says green flag. Others, tell me what you think. They reply with long paragraphs. Ashanti, what do you think? Green flag. She's holding up the green flag. So some people are like, they just talking, they explaining. Sometimes when you say more, it's because you're lying and hiding stuff. You think it's a green flag. Why say ye?
I'm a wordy person. And I just feel like I'm very much like, I'm like, long story short, but then I got to tell you the whole story. So that's just my personality. So I don't necessarily look at it as a bad thing. I think it maybe depends on the person.
Okay.
I think I get a little leery of short answers because why are you like, what are you hiding? Like, why do you feel like it has to be just that? But that's just me.
Okay. Love that. Love that. We're going to go to the next one. We see you guys. Keep commenting. Keep letting us know. Christine said, hello, I don't know. I need more context. Yes. All right. That's fair.
That's my other girl. Yeah.
Okay.
We have these conversations all the time. I'm trying to tell you. Yes. Okay. Yes. We need to get this game, y'all.
Y'all need to get this game. You know what? It's going to be in my store, my TikTok shop.
Yes.
Right? They scroll on their phone while watching a movie with me. They scroll on the phone while watching a movie with you. You guys are watching a movie and they're scrolling on their phone, red flag or green flag. Those are the only 2 options. Everybody who's watching, if you say yellow flag, you're out. Okay, go ahead. Red flag. Hold. Okay, red flag. Red flag. You guys let us know what your thoughts are in the order of the game today. Game night loading.
Yeah.
Let's go. Y'all can have it here live. Won't y'all come here? Bring your friends. Why don't we?
Oh my gosh!
Really
if I bring my friends in here, we will be here all day.
Y'all can do it one evening. That would be a fun.
That would be so fun.
I want to think about some games. Let's work that out. Let's do that. Still order it and all of that. But y'all come in here. Let's have it here live. That'll be fun. Game night live. That's the future. That's where it's at.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so they scroll on their phone watching a movie. I'm seeing in the comments a lot of people saying red flags. Tell me why people who are saying red flag, Laura, Miss McAllen, why are you guys saying red flag? Shawnee, why do you say red flag?
I just feel like because we are supposed to be spending time together. Why are you on your phone?
But watching a movie, you're staring at the screen. I always say a movie is a terrible first date.
Absolutely. Because we should be talking.
Yeah, we're staring at a screen.
Is that a first date though?
I don't know, but let's just say either way though, it doesn't matter first date or not. It's early on and they're scrolling on their phone watching a movie. You say it's a red flag.
Especially if it's early on. Because do you not like me or something? What's on your phone? What you looking at? Can we look together?
Okay.
Do you not like the movie? Do we need to change the movie? Do you have, or is your attention? What's going on?
Okay. I got some people signed up for Game Night Live. The BTS is coming. We might have to do it at District 111. Can we come do it there?
That would be dope.
I just ordered this equipment to go live in places without taking my whole studio down. So
let's work that out.
That
would be so fun.
Let's work that out.
A live game night.
Game night live. That's gonna be so fun. Let's do it. I've been wanting to be a game show host my whole life.
It's
I'm
in
just
you.
making it happen. I'm just forcing it. I don't want to wait until Steve Harvey retires. I'm taking it down.
That would be dope.
All right. Right. You're not paying attention, man, he says. All right, here's another one. Most of their flirting is physical touch. Most of their flirting is physical touch, red flag or green flag. She's trying to hold all the flags. You can only choose one. I need like some Jeopardy music or something. Play some music here. We're going to work this out. All right. Red flag. She says red flag. You guys, hold on. I'm gonna make you hold that. Y'all tell me in the comment. What's up, Zanita? What's up? What's up? What's
Hey,
up?
girl,
How you
hey.
doing? We're playing red flag, green flag. Shanti did not know we were gonna be doing this.
No.
But she did know because in our conversation about her coming on the show, of course, I'm like, what's up with your relationship status? We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about this more. I'm gonna bring everybody on the show. Be like, tell me about your relationship. It's my favorite. Confession, I watch Love Island, ladies and gentlemen.
Me too. Oh my God, we need a whole episode just for that because the way I'm irritated.
Now listen, I'm not caught up. Okay,
Okay.
I watched last Love Island. It took me 9 months. I'm not a good binger because I work so much. I be watching it on the TV right here while I'm working, and I pause it and gotta rewind it because I be busy. Yeah, I love love. I love relationships. I like Love Is Blind. I like all.
I feel like they're all social experiments, which also has helped me with the dating pool. And
Okay.
yes, I dissect them like, oh,
do I.
Okay.
We gonna
Okay.
start, we gonna have to do an episode.
Okay.
You'd be like, there's a girl right now. I'm on episode 5 or 6. You can't judge me. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
But she's self-sabotaging. She said it episodes before that she does that sometime.
Mm-hmm.
The girl who was with Sincere at the beginning.
Melanie.
She said, I self-sabotage. And I caught that.
She
I was
does.
like, huh.
She continues to as well.
She okay.
Oh my gosh.
I see her doing it. I'm like, that's self-sabotage. He seems like a sincere guy.
He is unserious.
He's unserious?
That's what his name should be.
Okay, I don't know that, but where I'm at with it, looking at him, and I'm a fan of guys. I be cheering for him to be good men. So
Me
I'm like, maybe he's a good
too.
dude. It's a good dude. Finally, we found one. I don't know, but I'll find out as I watch the show. Are you Love Island fans? Let us know in the comments. All right, so what were we saying? Red flags. Most of their flirting is physical touch. I don't know where we left off. I got to be. Mandy said depends. Green if it's flirting with me. Yeah, they're flirting with you. Yeah. Miss Mick has a red flag, or is that the last comment? I hope I'm not off. Let me know where y'all at on this. Most of their flirting is physical touch, so they always touching you, right? Which can be cute. And in the movie Hitch, Will Smith said, "For those who don't know, touching is a good thing." Like, so what's up?
Okay.
Now it could get a little too rubby-dubby. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. So are we just saying, is this first date or is this in general?
I'm gonna say it's early on. It's always them, and it starts early on. Like they're not. Let's say they're not like crossing. They're not inappropriate. They're not smacking your butt or something.
Okay.
But they are not. They are more comfortable maybe sooner than what most people might be.
Okay. Then I can agree with Mandy. It depends.
That is not an answer.
No, well, that's why I put them both up at first because when I actually started dating last year,
Right.
you know,
Shit, red if he's touching everybody. Sorry.
No,
Say red if he's
I had
touching
a
everybody. Okay, good point.
I had a conversation with one of the guys that we have been talking on the phone for I think like a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about love languages.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is physical touch because y'all all men are physical touch.
Playing us like
And
that. We gonna talk about that.
Mine is quality time.
Okay.
Now, because I am not a touchy-feely person to begin with, I have to be very comfortable with you. It has to be organic, right?
Okay.
So
I don't agree with it has to be organic, but go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuss at you about that. We'll
Okay.
talk about
So,
that.
but that's just me. So I was like, I said this to him, made it very clear that's a boundary for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first day, he picks me up. He walks to the car. He hugs me, but he picks me up off the ground and he squeezes me and he puts me back down. And I was just like, okay, that was a lot. So then we get in the car and then he's reaching to hold my hand. And I'm like,
This was like first day or
first date.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a little much.
Then we go to the restaurant and he's standing behind me and then he sniffs me and he's like, you smell so good. I think this was like the second time
He doesn't
sniffed
just
me. It was a
He
big
goes-
sniff. I could hear it in my ear sniff. Okay.
Right.
And so for me, so I turned around and I said, do you typically date women who don't bathe?
Uh-huh.
Because why are we?
Oh.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I think I was
babe.
irritated at that point.
Sure.
So then we sit down and we're
babe.
eating. And then when we got done, he reaches across the table to hold my hand.
Mhm.
And then he's pulling me. And I said, well, what are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to get you to come sit beside. This is the first
You're
date.
across the table. He
Yes,
wants you to sit close to him.
This is the first date.
Mm.
And I said, I have to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept forcing it.
Mm.
And so that's why I be like,
Boy
but
was doing too much.
he was doing a lot. But then I went on a date with someone else.
Yeah.
And he was touchy-feely and it didn't bother me. It was natural. It felt,
Okay. His first date with another guy was okay.
He wasn't doing all of that.
I'm gonna tell you what. Where you ain't gonna see her is on Love Island. They be
absolutely. They be doing
everybody.
Man.
I be like, come on.
Disease Island.
Disease
nasty.
Island.
They be doing a lot.
And they be like, somebody walk in, a bombshell's here. Never met you in my life. You never said anything.
And they're kissing. I mean, terrible. But that's why I said it depends.
Yeah. Okay. So the question was, and you guys tell us more of your thoughts in the comments, was most of their flirting is physical touch. So I would say, my thought about it is, I am a physical touch person. I hate that you said all guys are. I've read the book, The 5 Love Languages, many times. I've taught on it, so I do understand. In the book, The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman, he points out that physical touch is not sex. So we need to be clear, men and women, because some men be like, I'm physical touch, and what they like is, I want sex, and whatever gets me closer to that faster, I think it's physical touch, let's go.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas some people, like my mom, was super affectionate. I grew up in a hugging, affectionate family.
And see, I wasn't, and that's why I'm like,
you know what I just learned? This is kind of crazy. I just learned how to do a good side hug. I didn't know. I'm so comfortable with people that it's just like a hug is like this. Like it's like cultures, right?
Yeah.
Some cultures like this. I hug my dad. I hug my son. I hug my guy friends. I love that guys we now dap and hug. That's great, right? Because physical touch, your love language is not just about romantic love.
Right.
It's about,
absolutely.
It's an expression. It matters. You want your friends to spend quality time with you.
Yeah.
If you're quality time, right? So I did. But I've learned how to do more of a distant quality side hug with people.
That's the church hug.
That's the church hug.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I never, and I'm not like people were saying like, oh, you're wrong or you're inappropriate or anything like that. But I just realized one day, I think I was thinking about it for my daughters.
Okay.
And I was thinking about it and I was like, and I saw somebody do it and explain it or something on social media. And I was like,
You keep it open so it doesn't feel so
I
into.
didn't know. I never made anything. And I come from a hugging church. Like my church was super huggy and lovey, and it was like
Mine is too.
And we need, and the crazy part is that exchange of energy was needed. Like I went through losing my mom, so many things, and it was like those hugs filled me up. And not that you have to know what's appropriate with who, and that's the bottom line. And the world is weird, and people are weird, and I think it's important to be respectful and to be. That's that for me now, learning those things, but. From a physical touch perspective, I like it. Me and my wife watching a movie, she rubbing my head or something.
Yeah, that's fine. Like
but it's not her now we've been together 18 years, so she, I mean, we've been together forever, so but it's not her natural thing. But she's learned over the years how to be for me, and it doesn't make it hard.
Right.
It's just like you learn behaviors.
You do. I mean, you have to love the person according to their love language, not according to yours.
And in the book, it talks about we naturally love people from our love language because to us, that is love. If you're physical touch, that dude is thinking, this is what every woman wants. Because that's what he wants. Or if you're quality time, you're like, I'm not going home. And the other person like, I am not quality time. You better go home. Don't you got some video games or something? Don't you get you go home? And
Time to go.
Time to go. All right, red flag, green flag, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. You still got time?
I'm off today.
Okay, you ain't playing. Okay. Here's one, ladies and gentlemen. If you're already married, you got to rewind back in your mind. We're not saying you're answering this today.
Okay.
They want to have sex on the first date. This is the game. Red flag, green flag. Got this off the TikTok shop. I just opened this today. It came in the mail yesterday. I didn't even know what these questions were going to be, but these are good questions. All right, you guys let us know in the comments. She's thinking about it. They want to have sex on the first date. It doesn't say they attack you, but it does say that they want to, and apparently you know it. Apparently there's some knowing of it. Judy Pledger Williams, she said, nope, don't do that. Is that a red flag there, Miss Judy Pledger Williams? Ashanti is holding up the red flag as well.
This
red
is not
flag.
because I'm abstaining.
The show is not yes or no. Y'all out here like, nope. They ain't even playing. They're like, I can't even say red flag. They're like, nope, not doing it. Listen, they want to.
But why are you so eager?
Because they ain't had none in a while. I don't know. I'm married. I ain't got these problems.
Whose problem is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're not about to take that out on me.
Red flag. Red flags. There's actually a red flag emoji. I appreciate that. Didn't even know that. Who knew? Who knew? When you say red flag. So what is it that they're, what is it? What is it? They want to, obviously that means you know it. Now there's some people out there lying. No, I'm just playing. There's some people out there like, let's go. Or it depends.
Some people are okay with it. I mean, there are some people who feel the chemistry is there.
Mm-hmm.
I know people who had sex the first night and are married. So
Interesting.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it just depends on. I think for me, I look at foundation because if that was the foundation, and then for some reason we had to take that off the table, what else is there? That's just me.
That's deep. That's deep. That's
because
deep.
at this point, if we having sex right off the bat, it's just physical.
Yeah, that's tricky.
And then that it makes things cloudy.
It does.
That's why, because I promise, if you take sex off the table
You
and
live
there
to
ain't
know a
nothing,
person,
you
don't
gonna
you?
really know a person.
You really get to
That's
know a
why
person.
that's why it's so interesting when you are dating and you're abstaining, and it's just
Yeah.
like when I started dating, I went on 4 dates last year, and I immediately was like, nope,
Because you knew they
yeah,
did you tell them on the first? Is it right to tell? Should you tell somebody on the first date? Y'all sitting down at the Red Lobster. Y'all sitting down at the somewhere, and you like, and they're like, I want to know more about you. And you're like, well, I have kids, and they're older now, and da 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 da. And my son, and I'm proud of him, and then my daughter, and she does this, and I don't want to have sex until I'm married. By the way, yes, I'll take another water. They're like, what?
So I actually did that.
Oh, okay. How'd that go?
But it was just the flow of the conversation. I can't
Mhm.
remember how we got there,
Mhm.
but I was mentioning how I hadn't dated
Dated
in a
Okay.
while.
Right.
And obviously, if you're not dating, well, I mean, maybe not, because some people like, I ain't dating a while, but they really got
A roster.
they got their roster or
Right.
their nighttime hookup or whatever, they sneaky link.
Right. Right.
And it went into that. And they asked me, like, so are you abstaining until marriage, or are you abstaining until you find the right person? And I was like, the plan is to abstain till marriage.
That's very countercultural.
And that was the first date. And it was, I did feel the shift. Like, but then we did end up talking about
Because
it.
dudes be trying to be the right person that day. He was like,
Yeah,
what
and
does the resume need to be?
and
What
I
are the
didn't
qualifications?
feel that was. I think it was just when you think like in the future,
Yeah.
and if you are a physical touch person, or if that is how you show love, which there isn't anything wrong with that. It can be challenging for that person to be like, okay, so then how do you have a relationship without that? Especially if it's something that you've always done.
Yeah.
And so I am mindful
Right.
of that. And so at the end of the night, it was kind of funny because I wanted to kiss him, and he wanted to kiss me. We talked about it the next day. And he's like, well, I didn't really know how to maneuver that because of what you said.
So he didn't kiss you.
He didn't kiss
Would
me
you
the
have
first
kissed
night.
him?
Absolutely.
How does that? Okay, so y'all, this is what happened. Like, I've been married so long. I don't know. Don't want to know. I want to know for my children. I want to think about it for them. I have a 17-year-old daughter. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like we have real conversations. You know, with her, my wife and I have real conversations with her, which is great. And on my older kids, we did as well. But kissing on the first date, but you're abstaining from all sex till you walk down the aisle, and he like, I don't even want to have a reception.
In the car.
And we out, right? Let's go.
In the
Right
car.
now, right? We'll be at the reception a little late.
They
I've been
doing the
waiting
speech.
for-
They like, wait, where they go?
He proposing on date 2. Like, can we hurry up and get to this?
Yes.
So it shifts things, but you're willing to kiss.
Yeah.
Okay, are you willing? Is it a peck? Are you willing to kiss? Are you allowed to kiss? Does it have to be outside the house in public?
Well,
What's up?
when we had our first kiss, it was not a peck.
Mm.
And I was like, oh.
You were just open to whatever was going to happen. You had
because at that point I was
You're like, what is
at
happening?
that point I felt safe. I didn't feel like
Okay.
he's very respectful. So
Yes.
I didn't feel like,
Right. He was.
yeah. So I was told by my cousin, I will not mention her name. I feel like she's in
She
there.
might be here. Okay.
She said to me, because at one point my friends were talking, like we were supposed to all go to Cancun, and I invited this person. And so my friend's husband was like, I mean, like, y'all not gonna you ain't gonna let him do nothing? Like nothing at all.
Y'all going to Cancun?
And he's like, but y'all gonna be, and I was really thinking about this, like, like this could be a little rough. But my cousin was like, I mean, you never know what your boundary is until you get there. Like, And I was really shocked that she said that because she
Mhm.
is very much like me when it comes to our walk with God and everything.
Right.
And I don't think that she was steering me wrong. I think she was just saying like you don't know until you're in that situation
Yeah.
how much you can handle or
Right.
whatnot.
Yep.
And I think for me, that kind of helped me kind of loosen up on the thought of the course, around the course, inner course, any other courses. Like, just not that I would do anything, but it
But
just
he
was
could
like,
come on the
don't be
course.
so.
Let him on the golf course.
He can. I mean,
He can get what?
he might can get on the cart. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know.
Mm.
He might can drive a little bit. I don't know. I
Right.
haven't been
Yeah.
there yet to
Right.
say y'all really in my business today.
People
This
are
is
like, what do you
crazy.
say? This is good. This is you breaking it down for the people. Ladies and gentlemen,
But-
welcome to our post 4th of July relationship edition of Lucas Live. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. We will be cutting clips from this and breaking it
Oh
down
my
and putting it
God.
really out there. So if you're not watching live, they're going to know. Okay.
It's a real thing. I mean, I just feel like we, as a woman who is abstaining, we don't talk about it. Like,
Right.
because also I think it's misconstrued that we are prudes.
Yes.
We don't think about it. We ain't got the desire for it. We ain't got
Yeah,
the.
that's what.
That is absolutely
Not true.
not true.
Right. That is fascinating
That
because
is
I'm
not
sure
true.
most guys would think that, or they would think she playing, I'm going to try and figure it out. All right. Next, red flag, green flag. They put pineapple on their pizza. Red flag, green flag. Tell me right away. What do you think? Red flag, green flag. Tell us in the comments. They put pineapple on the pizza. That's oh, it's a red flag. She's put a red flag. Y'all let us know in the comments. They put pineapple on their pizza. Wait. Rochelle said to the last one. She said, oh, so this was the one who may become the man that was mentioned earlier. Oh,
Wait,
Rochelle is in
what?
your
What'd she
business. She said, ooh, so this is the one who may become the man you mentioned earlier. I'm gonna have to spin the comments too so you can see what's going on there. Maybe. Okay, it's possible.
Maybe it's possible.
He's a possible. It's
He's-
like a game of
he's
spades.
impossible.
Relationships is like
He's
strong and impossible. I got two strong and impossible. We'll see.
he's a good guy.
Kristen said green flag. They put pineapple on their pizza.
Girl, what?
Let's go. Lene said green flag. They put pineapple on their pizza. Let's go. Stop hating on pizza.
Wait, do you put pineapple on your pizza? Is that why you jerking your head like that?
Nobody. I'm the host. I will not be answering questions. I don't like go there and be like, make sure there's forget the sauce, put pineapples. I don't be like that. But I do like it. If
I
it's,
don't even know if it's in. Well,
right.
it's. I
See?
know
Kadeem
somebody who
says
put.
slaps on pizza. Y'all crazy, right? Kadeem Monroe.
That's my bro. First of all, I ain't never seen you put no pineapples on your pizza. Stop lying. Stop lying.
He's a red flag.
He's a red. No, I'm just
You know what you are. No.
no, I have a friend who puts pineapples on his pizza, but he also eats really weird things anyway, so it fits his personality. So
okay,
I guess it could be.
All right. She rubbed her hair. We know what that means. Okay, girl. Yeah, when she asked you about could he be the one, she's like, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
Only the Lord knows.
Only the Lord knows.
Only the Lord knows. All right, let's do another one. I'm not gonna keep y'all all day, but this has been fun.
Yeah.
They haven't had a relationship that lasted longer than 6 months. They have not had a relationship that's lasted longer than 6 months. Is that a red flag or a green flag, everybody? Let us know. Is it green flag because it means they make quick decisions? They know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run? Or is it that they don't know how to have a relationship, they got commitment issues, and they want their mom? What does that mean? And to the fellas, the other way, you know what I'm saying? So she's waving a green flag. Okay. Now, Miss Judy said the pineapple thing is real in New Orleans, and they have outside their houses. They don't play, huh? I like that. See, it's cultural. It's cultural. All right. So a red flag, green flag. Our next question was, they haven't had a relationship that has lasted longer than 6 months. What do you guys say and why? I'm seeing red flag. Chris says red. Kadeem says, "Oh, red flag for sure." Is it different for girls, like guys? The girl, they're like, "Why ain't that girl been in a relationship?"
I don't know.
And they say red. You said green.
I did say green because maybe it depends on where they're at in life. Because if you are on the mission to find your person and you just not wasting time.
Okay. Let's say they're 40 years old. They've never had a relationship longer than 6 months.
Oh, then that would be a red flag.
That would be a red flag?
That would be a red flag.
What's
because you ain't been searching for your wife all that time before that. You was just out here. You was outside. You've been searching for something. I don't know if it was.
Okay, right. They might have been finding it. They
searching for a bed.
Right.
But if it's that, that's a red flag. Okay. I guess I was looking at more of.
Well, let's look at it different ways. So if you're in your 20s, green flag. If you're in 30s, is it a red? Like
I
what?
feel like in
What
your
is it?
20s, you're supposed to,
Explore.
yeah.
So you may not.
I
have
feel
a-
like 20s.
6 months go by so fast.
It
though.
does.
You be
It
like, that's
does.
a couple of phone calls and a.
But I know people who have met, got engaged in 3 months, got married in 6 months.
So then that means okay.
So I think if you are intentional about what you're looking for, I don't think that that's a bad thing.
You think most men are? What do you see in the dating pool? Are most men so intentional that they're saying, "Ma'am, at this 3-month juncture, I have decided that you do not meet all the qualifications of my list, and you don't get."
I think men think they're intentional.
Okay. Ooh, what? I like. Okay, I think men think they're intentional.
I think
What do you
men
mean?
think. I just because I feel like men are more nonchalant than they are intentional.
Okay,
Honestly,
but they think they're intentional.
I think they do until you bring it to their attention, and then they're like, "Oh, wait, I didn't realize I wasn't doing X, Y, and Z."
I didn't realize I was just out here playing games.
I mean, I think there probably are like a small amount of men who really are intentional. Like, okay, it's time for me to find my wife. I need to find my wife. That is,
Yeah.
And then there are just some men who are just looking for a good time.
Okay, here's something that I find. Let's see. David Tumpkin II says,
Oh my gosh,
the longevity.
Hi, bestie.
Okay, he says the longevity of a relationship isn't determined by only one party, so definitely green flag. Fair. That's fair. But does that mean the other person keep breaking up with you? So I guess, but that's a fair point. So he's saying it's a two-way street.
I'm not shocked David said that.
call
We
me
talk
younger.
about that stuff too. That's my best. That's my best friend.
Okay. All right. When you're younger, 6 months is appropriate. Men are intentional, good and bad. LOL. She said they get intentional about some stuff. She think
exactly. Because I'm very much who sent you and why are you here?
What does that mean?
Because some people
like
just
God
don't
or the devil, or you mean like your grandma, or your mom, or who sent you? Okay.
Why are you here? Because some people just don't have the intention or motives.
Yeah, I think a lot of ladies. It's so funny. Let me see. I got a copy of my book. It's not available, so I'm gonna put it back out. Where is it at?
Why is your desk your junk drawer? That's supposed to be in your house, the corner drawer in the kitchen.
You're not supposed to see this. Where's my book at? I just had it the other day. It's got to be in here somewhere. I don't even use nothing in this drawer. That's why. All right, in my
this
book,
is ridiculous. I wish I could turn the camera.
I know, right? See, I can see it's everything I ever owned is in this drawer. Oh, I know. I put it somewhere else because one of my friends gave me a book, and then I don't. Where is it? Or I'm gonna find it in my book, The Man Manual. 10 Steps to Better Understanding Your Man, a book I wrote in 2015. I talked about some of these things. I don't remember what I was going to say now because I can't find it. But it was a manual to women about understanding men because I felt like a lot of times ladies just don't understand.
I 100% agree. And sometimes you have to realize that communication styles are different.
Yeah.
Attachment styles are different.
Yeah.
And I think we talk about love languages, but we don't talk about attachment style because there are avoidant attachment. There's anxious attachment.
Tell us about, I am an expert on the 5 love languages. I am an expert on emotional intelligence. I have those books on my shelf over there. Attachment style is a little bit of understanding, but not a lot. So tell us a little bit more about that.
I don't know like the ins and outs. I'm still learning myself, but like avoidants are, from my understanding, they can be very nonchalant. They avoid conflict, or they're just kind of standoffish, where an anxious is a person who's just very much like wanting to be attached. And so when you have those two together, if you don't recognize you're those things, it can be
create some issues. We're gonna look up some information about attachment styles here we go. We're finding it. I'm gonna try to I like to do things live. People watch my show sometimes. They be like, no, you went on there trying to figure out how to do that live on the show in real time.
I was wondering, like, what's he typing over here?
Listen, I've been to figure some stuff. I don't play around at all. There we go. We're gonna have it on the show. All right, and then we're gonna, let's see here. We're gonna bring it there, and then we're gonna publish that and make it go live, and y'all can see a little bit of that there.
Yeah.
So attachment styles. There's a secure and anxious, an avoidant dismissive, and an avoidant fearful.
Oh.
I don't know if these are the official attachments. This is what Google gave me quickly when
Mhm.
I pulled it up. But attachment, how we attach to others. And I'm sure this has a lot to do with our upbringing,
Absolutely.
how we attach to people, how we fail to attach, how we fear attachment. A lot of us have been ripped from our attachments to
Yeah.
our parents, to
Mhm.
relationships, and we're like, I ain't attaching to anybody else ever again because I don't want to be hurt anymore. We
Mhm.
talked about men's mental health, and ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end at the top of the hour, so y'all stick with us. We got about 14 more minutes, 13, I think. This was not planned to be 2 hours, but here we are.
I already
So
knew.
attachment is, I mean, relationships are challenging and can be hard to attach.
Yeah.
Also, I think something that happens throughout relationships is people grow, right? Like people grow, people change. What do you think about that? Who you meet on the first date, first of all, people putting
Mhm.
their best foot forward and doing stuff they may not do later. How do you deal with who you meet versus the evolution of a person? And what are your thoughts on that?
Um, I mean, I'll speak from like marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So I have, like I said, all of my majority of my friends are
Mm-hmm.
married. Okay.
Right?
What I've learned is that you literally have to fall in love with that person over and over
Yes.
and over because
Yes.
they change
Yeah.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can be in relationships too when you're dating. You know one person, and then as you get to know them, I think the good thing about dating is you decide whether or not you want to
Keep
keep
going.
loving that person
Fair.
over and over and
Fair.
over again. So I feel like that's the difference.
Right.
But yeah, because I have learned a lot from my married friends.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like I wasn't married before.
Really?
Yes,
Interesting.
yes,
Which is what God told you. You had to relearn this thing.
yeah, and so people are like, married people shouldn't be around single friends.
Disagree.
I 100% disagree. I think if your goal is marriage,
Then you should be around married
I feel like
people
you
to
should be
learn.
around married people.
I think we have a lot of rules in society that are based on people's inability to do what's right.
Yeah.
My wife has a big, like, she hates that. She's like, men can walk around with their shirt off and women got to cover everything or they tempting somebody.
Mhm.
Like a man can be
Mhm.
outside cutting his grass, doing whatever he wants to do, however he wants to do it. And that's just normal. And a woman, if anything you wear is not right, your workout clothes is too tight, your skirt is too short,
Yeah.
everything. And she's like, why is it that men aren't held to some standard of keep yourself together? Why is every woman who's dressed a certain way got to be Jezebel, but you do whatever you want?
And you
You
walk
ain't,
around with sweatpants on
come on now,
with a print.
with a whole print, just showing off, just trying to show the
Just doing,
world,
I
just don't
mean,
care. They don't, it's like,
like, are
I
you the
thought it was
Jezebel or am I
okay
the
in the
Jezebel?
gym. Like I thought it was okay. I didn't know. I just put on these shorts. These my only shorts. I didn't know.
Yes.
I don't know, guys. We don't think like that. I promise you. Like it
I
ain't even a
think y'all
thought.
don't.
We
Y'all
don't
don't
think. We
think.
like we don't care.
And just like how y'all be hooting and hollering about what we be having on, we be summertime or fall, the
Uh
sweatpants,
huh.
the back. We
Tell
do the
her.
same thing.
Oh, she out here telling her
We be hooting and
business.
hollering too.
She out here telling her business while she
We be hooting and
being
hollering too. We
abstinent.
do.
Okay, but you be noticing. It's the
We
abstinent ones that
do it.
really be noticing.
We
They be
are
like,
not
Lord,
prudes. We are
Lord.
not prudes. We see. We may not say
Everybody
much,
walks
but we be
by. She
looking.
like, Lord,
We
Lord.
we be looking. It's definitely a double standard. My friend Lene says double
It's a
standard. It's
double
definitely a double
standard.
standard for
Yes,
sure.
I agree. I agree.
For
I
sure.
think it's challenging. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we've played red flag, green flag. This was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to do this again. We just figured out we're gonna do a group date, no, a group game night. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be doing it at District 111. We've just invited ourselves.
Yay.
We'll sell a lot of food and drinks. Don't worry, it'll be a good time. We're gonna live
Yes.
stream it and we're gonna act up in there, and it's gonna be fun. And we're gonna make this happen soon, Miss K. We just need an okay from you in the comments that says that you don't think we're crazy for trying to come take over your spot. I promise the people will pay. I don't know if we
Yes,
gonna
we
but
love
people will
it.
pay. All
It'll
right,
be
we're gonna
so
bring some
fun.
attention. If you're down, let us know. What's up, Rob? My man, what's up? What's up? Me and him have the best conversations about God. Okay, I was gonna ask you about this.
Yeah.
God is playing a trick on us.
Oh, okay.
You help me figure this out. And if you can't, then just say, I don't know. Because I mean, that's fair, right? Me and Rob have these conversations. We'd be like, at some point, we get to this point, we're like, I don't know. And that's okay. What is God doing with that? I don't know.
I don't
Why did he
know.
say that? I don't know yet. I don't know.
And that's
I'll ask
okay to
God.
say,
That's
y'all. Just so
okay.
we hear, it's okay
Right.
to say that because some of y'all be smacking people upside the head with the Bible,
Come
and
on
it's
now.
like you don't be
You
really
don't
knowing
even
the
know.
answer. Just say
Right.
I don't
You don't got the
know.
answers, Sway.
Oh my gosh.
Come on now. You don't know. All right. Invite accepted. Yes. All right. We'll be planning game night at District 111. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested, say you're interested in the comments so we know to send you the invite. It's going to be fun. We can make some teams. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. And it may be this game, some other games. We'll figure it out. All right. So why in the world? Let me start with this. And this is God has taken me on a journey to look at Christianity from the outside in, to look at all faith from the outside in.
Okay.
Instead of I'm in the church, I believe I'm a believer, and so all this makes sense. We're going to eat the body and drink the blood. That makes sense. It's communion. Somebody just coming to church first time, like, did y'all just say y'all calling this grape juice blood? I'm not coming back. Like, what? And it was a cover charge. I had to pay all this money. Y'all had 13 collections. Like, what's the difference? Like, I only had what I had. Like, why we got to do 6
I just came to pray.
Okay.
I just came to get the word.
Right. And y'all
What
doing
is
communion.
you speaking in tongues over here? She
Right.
running over here.
Your
Y'all doing
wig done
communion
fell
back
off.
here? Yeah.
Right. You talking about I'm drinking to damnation unto my soul? Well, I won't eat the grape juice till I leave. When I leave, I'm gonna have some grape juice. Ain't gonna stop. It's gonna check me.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, right?
It
And
is a
even,
lot.
Adam and Eve are in a garden with no knowledge of good and evil.
Mhm.
Yet there's a tree that, in essence, is evil. There's a serpent that, in essence, is evil,
Mhm.
and they get deceived by something that they had no knowledge of. They didn't know good from evil. So if the serpent tricks them, well, it's easy to trick a child who doesn't know right from wrong, good from evil in a sense. So I think that's tricky, which then takes us to sexual desire and you're not supposed to have sex until you're married.
Mm.
Your sexual desire starts in your teen years. Well, one, you're hardly equipped to have sex. You're hardly equipped to be married. At least in our culture. In their culture, they were, I suppose.
Mhm.
All these desires exist. You're talking about no intercourse, no outer course. Don't be on the golf course. She said, don't take the course. No courses. Y'all missed it earlier. It was hilarious. She's going to be writing a book about the courses.
I am.
You are?
I am writing a book.
Well, we're going to push her. I'm going to push her. I'm going to push you.
He
to get
is
this book
too.
done.
I know
I'm
it.
going to push her.
I know.
So you guys tell me in the comments and you tell me what you think. We have all these natural desires, and yet we're not supposed to do anything with them. And then we're wrong and we're sinful. We're filled with lust. It's like I didn't choose this stuff. Like this stuff was put inside of you. Start as a teenager, guys. We start lusting as teenagers. We be looking at some of our teachers like, oh, Miss So look kind of good up there at the chalkboard. It was chalkboards when I was a kid. We don't plan that. Nobody taught us that. We just be like, I don't know why I feel this way.
Yeah.
And then the older we get, you try to be more disciplined and whatever. To be honest, my first marriage, I was married at 20 because I didn't want to be wrong in having sex outside of marriage.
Yeah.
So instead,
A
I got
lot of
married to
people.
somebody God didn't have for me. It's better to marry than to burn, is what I was told. But God is like, and God says, what God has put together, let no man separate. But what happens when God didn't put you together?
He gonna separate it.
It need to be separated. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on here. So it's
Cut
God
that out.
playing a trick on us. Like, God, why would you put us in these bodies that have all this desire and then say your soul will burn forever if you make the wrong decisions with your desires? What do we do with that? How do we go to God with that? Is it wrong to question that? What do you guys think in the comments?
It's not wrong to question it. We were born into sin. So
Right.
naturally, we're going to have desires of the world.
Mhm.
It's our choice. That's why we have free will. It's our choice whether we are going to do what the Bible says, what he says to do, or if we're going to choose to act on those desires. That's just kind of how I look at it.
So, okay. And Lene said, born into sin.
Mhm.
Okay. How unfair is that? You bring somebody into a world that they didn't ask to be in, and they're born down in the game.
Mhm.
Not even, not 0-0. You're born down 50 points in a basketball game, and you got to come out of it to make it back to your father who loves you.
Mhm.
And those desires are chemical, biological, and necessary for the expansion of people, right? And then other animals, which God loves too. I think he loves cats and dogs and cows and horses and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't have to get married. They just be out here following their nature. And God is
You're
not like,
right,
horsey,
you're
how
right.
dare you? He's like, no, horse, you got to have a horse because we need more horses,
Mhm.
right? With the earth, there's a circle of life. All this stuff has to replenish. Everybody has a position. You got to do this. But people, his prized possession, he put it in them too. But he's like, if you do this wrong, I will separate myself from you forever for a desire that was in you because you were born into sin. It's like, I didn't have to be. And I didn't do it. If Adam and Eve did it thousands and
It's their
thousands of
fault.
years ago, how do I get born into sin and shaped in iniquity, Dad? I wouldn't have done that to my kids.
I mean, sex is not. He didn't create sex for it to be this evil thing. Sex
Okay.
is covenant,
Okay.
right? But I understand, and I'm
And this
sure
is
he
me always
understands.
God has given me this outside in thing.
Yeah,
He's like, if you don't understand the person outside asking these questions, you're never going to reach them.
yeah.
Because they looking at you like you crazy because all you keep saying is the book says, the book says, the book says.
Well, I think he knows that he knows his kids. He know that
Like
we
we
gonna
know
mess
our
up.
kids, right,
Like
right.
he knew this before we were here. He knew, yeah, they gonna da 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 da. But he also gives us, when you have the knowledge of knowing how he feels about it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where it just
The line
changes.
goes.
It's like, okay, I know this isn't what I'm supposed to do.
Does he forgive people?
Because he forgives.
So how many times do you get to have sex and get forgiven?
I feel like if
This-
Dun,
the
dun, dun, dun.
third time you speak.
I
You're
don't know,
done.
because I've always looked at it like, because some people are like, all right, I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna ask God to forgive
They
me
do.
after.
People
They
do that with all
that.
kinds of sins.
They
right?
do, right?
Yes.
So I think that
It's the morning after pill. The morning after prayer.
it's the prayer.
That's what y'all do.
I just
That
think
morning after prayer.
I think that you just have to, if you are trying to walk this walk,
Mm-hmm.
and you know this is what he says about this thing, and it's really up to you whether you do it or not.
Is it possible that he says to you,
Mhm.
you're good to go? Like, could he say without the ceremony, because like a marriage in our country
Yeah.
is our chosen way of doing it legally through the government, through whatever, the pastor has to be registered with the state, he da-da-da-da-da, right?
Mhm.
Other cultures have other ways of doing it, right? So it's not like the Bible spelled out the American court system
Right,
per
right,
se,
right.
right? So what if God put you together from before the foundations of the world, before he formed you in your mother's womb, he planned this person for you. And I don't know if that's how it works, but let's say that's how it works. And then you meet and you're together and it's magic and you just can't stay away from each other because God is like, you two are meant to be, but you can't afford the wedding yet, or you don't have time, or culturally, people would think you're crazy if
Man,
you
just
got
go
married in a
elope.
week. What do you do? So that's the question. Like,
Do you gotta have the big wedding? I don't know.
what do you do
But
with that?
no,
Like,
I
is it
think
the physical piece of paper
Mhm.
that on earth somebody has signed off? Because it don't even have to be a pastor; it could be a judge.
Yeah.
They ain't even in
it
the
doesn't have
church,
to be.
and
Yeah.
people be like, "Bet." But is that right? Because that's not a spiritual covering. That's just a judge. If a judge can sign a piece of paper in a legal court system that now allows God to see you as just, when he said he's the arranger of marriages, say, as the father in a kingdom, once you meet the person, wouldn't you be approved to go about all the things of the marriage? Now, I would say that would mean other things,
Yeah.
not just having sex and living
Yeah,
all
of
over
course,
kind
of
of
course.
way.
Mhm.
What do you think? Because you talked about that. You're trying to balance this. You didn't call it abstinence. You called it not celibacy. You called it abstinence.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Celibacy is never doing it.
Oh,
Abstinence is
no,
not.
absolutely not.
So you're abstinent, and you're like, I'm not doing it until I'm married. But then you're like, blink, blink, blink. There could be a B clause because you're not sure. Could God say, when you get to the person who I have for you, now most people y'all ain't. I'm not trying to advocate for people out here bumping and grinding.
Right.
And I do see something wrong with some of this bumping and grinding. But who marries people? Like, when does God say it's official? I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that question, but what I will say is that if you, and this is just based off of what I've seen maybe in my church,
Yes.
when guy meets girl, guy and girl knows God put them together.
You've seen that, which is a
What are we
beautiful
waiting
thing to see
for?
that. Okay,
Let's just
right.
get married.
And then
I know
then
this is who
fast
God
forward.
has for me. He confirmed it.
Yeah.
Whatever the case,
Yeah.
what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Because I think, like,
And you believe in that. You believe
I
that's the
do.
right way to do it.
I
Yeah.
think that, I mean, that's just me.
No, that's fair.
I think that, I mean, everybody has their different views, but what I've seen and learned, but I also know people who had sex before marriage and they've been married for 25, 30 years. So my conviction it's not going to be the same as somebody else's
Yeah.
conviction.
Fair.
So I can't, just because this is my decision and what I want to do with my life, I can't say, look at the next person because they are doing it and be like,
Oh,
oh,
you hell
shame
yeah.
on you. You're going to
Right,
hell
you're going
because
to
you
hell
over here
today.
humping. Like, I don't care.
Right.
But
I don't care.
I don't care.
That's
But like,
fine.
I do think that that's just, if you know, and if you feel like God is putting y'all together,
Talk to
what you
God
waiting
about
for?
it. Figure it. Okay. What you waiting for? Go ahead. I think these are interesting questions as we will have more conversations on relationships. I think we have to dig into our beliefs, our
Yeah.
faith, our the word. Even when we dig, I think there's a difference between digging into the word of God as in the Bible and the words of God as in God wants to talk to you.
Yeah, because people be lying. People
Come
be
on.
people be prophesying.
Come on now.
People just like some stuff that we grew up hearing people say in the church ain't even in
Ain't
the
even the
Bible.
Bible.
I'd be like, where is that at?
Come on, man.
Like, so it's, you really gotta,
Or it was contextual.
yeah,
Like, to say everything the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. That is not every situation. Some stuff you lost because you weren't a good steward of. It
exactly.
wasn't God taking it away. You didn't
Exactly.
manage it. You lost it.
Right.
You misplaced. The Lord gives and the Lord take away. I can't find my stuff. No,
No,
that wasn't
you
the Lord
just, you're
taking
not a
away.
good steward. And sometimes he ain't in the neighborhood. He just at that house.
Come on now.
Like, it just be stuff I be
Right,
sitting there
right.
like,
Right? Like, this is not right.
stop. Like, but that, I mean, yeah, you do have to, you know, I don't want to say deconstruct Christianity, but when you have
Come on,
relationship,
man. I think that's a fair, that is a thing that I think is happening.
yes.
And I don't think God is afraid of the deconstruction to find the truth of who
Yes.
he is.
Yes.
If you have to, like, all it means is taking it apart to examine the pieces that make up this. If this is the most important relationship of my life, the most important decision of my life, is it not fair for me to take the car apart and figure out how the engine works?
You should.
Right?
Because if you have better understanding, your walk is better.
Yes.
You can't
Yes.
just go
off
by
what somebody
what,
told you.
yeah, like you have to, I'm always a believer in, you can go to church and get the word, right? But even when you get the word, you have to take that back and study for yourself.
Yes.
Because I'm not saying that the pastor is wrong, but how do you know?
How do you know? And how do you know that the way that was broken down in this moment was how God wants you to see
Receive
these
it.
words?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
could say the same thing. And I like, but for you, what I mean by these words is this.
Yeah.
And to this person who's not ready, it's the same word.
It's the same word, but they interpret it differently for
Yeah.
whatever is going on with them at that moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if the Bible is the living word, then it has to be alive enough to speak to me with some of the same words in a way that's relevant to me.
Absolutely.
Because God is capable of it. I think we limit God and his ability to do things like, nope, God's not like that. Because we're trying to make him attainable because we know he's so far beyond our understanding. And we
Right.
shrink him down to what we can understand and what we're good at. And then we judge the rest of it. We're
We
like,
do. And then how we even down to how we pray. Like I pray to God just like how I'm talking to you.
that's amazing.
I'm like, now listen.
I'm
I'm like, Lord, I need you to get your kids because I am about to fight.
about
Like
to fight
I
one of
literally
your-
like
one of my
talk to him like
siblings,
if
Lord.
he's my father and he's my
Yes.
best friend, I talk to
I
him
love that.
that
And
way.
I think he likes that. He's not afraid.
Absolutely.
Like,
He know what he created. He
God
know
does
his
not have an
kid.
ego. God is not
No.
like our thought of worship and praise too. We're gonna end this camera. Our thought of worship and praise, I think God's desire for us to worship him is because it will cause us to want to be closer and be more
Absolutely.
like him.
Mhm.
If I worship Michael Jordan, I play like Michael Jordan. If I worship that, as in I see their worth,
Yeah.
I want to be like them.
Mhm.
Not because he's a narcissist who's like, worship me because that's the only way I'm gonna like you. Well, you're a parent. How often do you ask your kids to worship you?
Right.
You don't want that. You'd be like, get up and do a thing.
My daughter was like, I want to be like you when I grow up. I said, no, you want to be better.
Right?
You want to be better.
Even Jesus said that.
Yeah.
He said, you guys can do greater things than I do.
Mhm.
So he was like, you do not have to be stuck thinking like Jesus. He's like, some people out there are never going to know my name. They need to know you.
Mhm.
And they're not going to know me until they know you.
Yep.
So just like I came as a representative of the Father, you be a representative of the Father. I'm trying to give you the blueprint, not just be the map that you be like, I got the map, I'm good. And the rest of y'all are going to hell.
Because some people move that way. Relationship,
Religion.
religion.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys. Rob said, as we grow in our relationship with the Father, we gravitate towards wanting to follow his commands, not for the position to follow the rules, but because he knows what's best for us. Very true.
Mhm.
To me, that's a much better thing. And God is not like, why would he give us free will and then be like, you have to do this though? Then it's not free. it's like that's going to cost you maybe your eternal soul.
Mhm.
Well, that's very expensive.
Yeah.
So that's not free will.
Right.
If I have free
That's
will, I believe God gives us choice, options, and it's not all heaven and hell.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, you can take that job or take that job. Now, I probably wouldn't take that one because that one is not in your gifting, not in your skill set. You're not going to have a chance to reach any of the people I have for you. But out of those three right there, I am God. I can work in all things. Even if you take the one that's wrong, I work all things out for your good to those who love the Lord and those who are called according to my purpose. So I even got you over there. I just know it's going to feel like hell. So I'd rather you not for your own sake,
Right.
for my sake.
Mhm.
I'll be fine. Choose. So I think as we break these things down, to me, I think it's so fascinating. Relationships are fascinating. And the greatest relationship I think we could have is our relationship with God. So I
Absolutely.
love that we brought all those things together because this is who you are.
Mhm.
You are this person who is just this dynamic believer, but grounded and personal to people
Mhm.
and walking out this relationship road. As we close out today, any thoughts that you want to talk to the people about men's mental health, relationships? Any closing thoughts?
I would just say that it's okay to not be okay.
Love that.
That find a safe space to speak. Um, if you're in a situation where you don't have any peace, you need to leave.
Mm.
And also I am a life coach,
Mm-hmm.
and my friends get on me because I don't practice it enough.
Mm-hmm.
But in that time span where I was doing my single hiatus, is when God laid on my heart to be a life coach because I already do it.
Yes, me too. I get it.
So it's just
Right.
like you might as well just, so I did start or am in the process of starting a ministry called Thriving Roots Ministry.
Love that.
And that is my life coaching along with the mental health sessions that I do for men, the suicide prevention sessions that I do every September. So there is one coming up. I will be doing a session for women and I will be doing a session for kids. So I just want everybody to be able to have peace of mind,
Yeah.
feel, and move forward because we don't ever want to stay stuck in our have emotions, don't stay stuck in it.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you for being my guest.
Yes,
Thank you for
co-host.
staying on / co-host who was on here for an hour and a half. I don't know who told y'all we started at 8.
I know.
Shout out to Dr. Jerome West, who was on earlier. If you guys missed that, go back and watch the replay. If you missed any of our conversation, we were playing red flag, green flag, and she was answering the questions and people were answering in the comments. We were talking
fun.
about relationships and other things. We've confirmed that we're going to do a live game night at District 111 one day soon. We're going to
Yes.
live stream
So
and get some people together.
fun.
That'll be really, really fun. Thank you again.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Always a good time.
Always a good time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, one last shout out to our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget the African American Festival is coming up this weekend, July 11th, right downtown at Centennial Plaza. Come support. Let's be a part. Let's get together. Let's enjoy the music, the fun, the food, the festivities. Let's come down. You don't have to stay here all day. Come on down. Shout out to our sponsors. Thank you, Sarda, Jessica Danielle Nails, the Linda Rybin team, and Ace Carpet Cleaning. If you come across any of these businesses, if you're looking to get your nails done, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, if you're looking to get your carpets cleaned, if you need a ride, check out these great sponsors. We also will have Anomaly coming on really soon, as well as a wellness company, and some others coming soon. And I will be letting you guys know about that. Please support those who support us. If you're not already following our Lucas Live media pages on all social media, please go find us. Clips will come out. More will come to this conversation. And when you see the clips, make comments, share those, talk about it. Let's keep this conversation going. Check us out again. We'll be back Wednesday talking about the African American Festival with some of the committee members. We're really excited about that and more to come. We'll see you guys Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. right here at Lucas Live Media. My name is Lucas Tyndale. It's been my pleasure. We'll see you guys next time. I'm bringing Shiny back just so we can say bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. You guys have a great day.